And we are live back again for week 2 of the English Premier League, the roundup. We did the preview already, and now we're back with the roundup. In today's episode, I have my guest, Michael Talks Football. How are you doing, Mike?
I'm good, man. It was a pretty good weekend of Premier League football again. I mean, today, Arsenal being Arsenal, just another weekend of that. I love it.
Mike, tell the people which Premier League club you support.
You see it on the bucket hat, Liverpool right there, guys. Number one team so far.
And it's the bucket hat crew today. I didn't think you were gonna wear the bucket hat, but I say, you know what? I think he might just wear it. Let me throw on my red one. But the red is just I'm coming in real fiery today. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have anything to do with Liverpool or nothing. It's just that I'm coming in with some fire today. How's everybody feeling, man? I hope everybody in the chat is doing fine. We're back with another roundup. We got to keep this thing consistent. I was actually planning to do this tomorrow after the West Ham versus Leicester game, but I figured it would have been too late. So I said, you know what? Let me just do it today, and maybe tomorrow I'll have something else planned. But I hit up my boy Michael, who's coming out of Finland. Way up north. Is it cold? Is it cold right now?
Bro, it must be 55 Fahrenheit if I do the calculations correct. It's 55 Fahrenheit and it's raining all the time. It's cold up here.
Wow, it's raining right now, but it's hot. It's 73 degrees right now and it's raining.
Oh, bring that here, please.
I would like to go to Finland one day though. Have you ever been to America?
Yeah. My mom lives there, so I've always go to America. Haven't been there for 2 years though because of COVID, but hoping to go there later this year to see my mom and family and go eat some good American food.
I don't know about that part, but
well, I'll tell you something. It's better than Finnish food.
I don't know. I don't know if you're missing anything over here, man. I don't know if you're missing anything. But where in America your mom lives, though, if you don't mind?
In Colorado.
Oh, okay. Out in the mountains.
Yeah, the Rocky Mountains, bro. Most beautiful part of all of America.
I actually went on a road trip recently, and I got to see like the whole mountainscape of New York, and it was like, oh man, it was lovely. And I could just imagine what Colorado looks like.
So beautiful.
Yeah. So, Mike, I know you're a Liverpool fan, so we're going to leave that one towards the back end because we're going to have a lot of things to talk about when it comes to Liverpool, when it comes to Chelsea, when it comes to City. So we're going to leave those bigger ones towards the back end, and we're going to get through the smaller games. And let's start with the smallest game of them all, the 0-0 draw between Crystal Palace and Brentford. Any thoughts on this one?
I mean, Vieira got his first point. They still haven't scored a goal, Crystal Palace, so that's a bit of a struggle for them. I'm just trying to think, like, what formation is Crystal Palace playing, and what type of style does Vieira want them to play? Does he want them to be more high pressing? And they have a lot of new players. They got rid of a lot of experienced players. I think they got rid of 10 players that have like 800 Premier League appearances. So that's the thing with Crystal Palace. It's like an evolving door right now. They just need to find experience with the players. Zaha, Gallagher, all these new players. The 2 center backs are new. So that's the big thing with Crystal Palace. Once they get going, then I think they'll be fine and stay up in the Premier League. And then for Brentford, I mean, they're just an amazing story, to be honest. They don't have money, really. They play like, have you ever seen the movie Moneyball?
Yes, I did. I did.
Okay, so they're kind of like that. They're like a Moneyball system. They buy players for super cheap, and then they sell them for super expensive. And the Brentford owner, he actually owns the Midtjylland, the Danish squad.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
That's why they have a lot of Danish players, because that sort of connection between the two. So Brentford, they set up like in a 5 in the back formation, and I think they're just going to try and frustrate teams a lot in the Premier League. They're not going to keep the ball a lot, but they have dangerous players like Mbuemo and Ivan Toney and Sergi Cano, so they have players that can hurt you, and I think they'll be fine and they'll stay up. And then with this game, I mean, watching from the highlights, because I didn't watch this game, it was kind of boring. I'm not going to lie. I mean, Gallagher, he had a good chance where he hit the crossbar. He could have taken a better touch. And then Brentford, I think Mbuemo hit a crossbar from a free kick. So, I mean, I guess it's a pretty much 0-0 London derby. I think Brentford will take it. Crystal Palace, they just need to get better, and they'll survive this season, I think.
Yeah, well said, Mike. Well said. Impressed. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with your knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? Really, really impressed. You're bringing the heat. You see what I mean?
I got to bring the heat.
Yeah, you have to, man. You have to. You got to have the people in the chat saying, okay, wow, Dom, thanks for bringing this guest on. I love his perspective. Big up to everybody in the chat. Sebastian, Lengan Sweet, Steve McCullough in the house, Gideon Okibe, Alfred K, Robert Robinson, the boy Thriller from Manila is in here. I haven't seen Thriller. Yeah, Thriller, you should be in here. Palomo, everybody in here right about now, man. Aban, 1989. Everybody in here. Late Angel, Ans, Lame Albert. Everybody in here. I'll give you guys some more shout outs as we go along. But don't forget, guys, if you haven't yet, smash the thumbs up button for the video. Smash it on your way in. And we're just going to have a nice and fun show. Informative, entertaining show today. So we have a $4.99 super chat right away by Obina, my boy Obina, who's been fat shaming me all weekend. Just want to put that out there. Thank you very much, Obina. I know I'm kind of heavy set right now, but it's just the you know they say when you on camera you put on extra pounds. Yeah, that's what's going on. But it's all good, Obina. Don't worry yourself. I'll start exercising pretty soon. I've just been a bit lazy. So Obina says, only hearing Mike for 5 minutes, I can tell he's very knowledgeable, especially for two lower half teams. Bring him on. Bring him on. Not off. Bring him on often. Yeah, man, Mike. You see what I'm saying? You see exactly what I'm saying?
People want me.
But look. Let's talk about Crystal Palace. It ain't nothing I could actually touch on that you didn't say, because you touched on a lot of good things. Brentford, newly promoted, they have not conceded any goals in their two first games, two London derbies, and they look good. They set up very defensively with three at the back, a 3-5-2 formation. You know, they have that Scandinavian spirit, that Scandinavian fight in them, through their manager Thomas Frank as well, and the various Scandinavian players included Christopher Ayer, who is Norwegian, and the other Danish players, and the Swede Pontus Janssen in there as well. You have a little Ivan Toney, a little Frenchman, a little, so it's a nice mixture, man. It's a nice mixture, and they have the right belief system, and the mantra is there for them to become a Premier League team for seasons to come. And as you mentioned, they practice Moneyball. And I did watch the Moneyball movie. If you haven't watched Moneyball, make sure you go check out Moneyball. It's a very, very good movie, and you'll learn a lot of things from it. We did talk about Moneyball last season on the channel. And Moneyball is just to go out there, find players with the best stats. You have people just looking at the statistics, and they find these gems, they bring them in, they work, and if other teams are interested in those players, they sell them on, they make bank, they go, repeat, do the same thing. And after a couple of years of trying to get into the Premier League, the Bees finally, they're buzzing. They're buzzing. They have stung once. They stung Arsenal. Wasn't able to do anything against Crystal Palace, but I think picking up 4 points in their first two games, that's a big, big achievement. I like some of the players on the team. Mbuemo, the Frenchman, looks like a good prospect. Ivan Toney, big, commanding. Didn't get a lot of chances on the day, and I did watch the highlights. I didn't get to watch this game because this game was played simultaneously, with a bunch of other games, and I don't like that, though. You know what I'm saying, Mike? I really don't like that, because I'm a guy, I like to watch every game. You see what I'm saying? And I don't like the fact that they're doing that, but it's all good. Listen, it is all good. I have this app called Peacock. I could go and watch the replays. As for Crystal Palace, before we move on to Crystal Palace, great start, man. Great start to Brentford. 4 points. That's big. That is big, because I know we're going to have maybe one or two teams that after about 6 games, they're not going to have 4 points. So for Brentford to pick up 4 points in their first 2 games, that is absolutely massive, man. Look, we got a $15 super chat here from my boy Steve McCullough, who is also a member of the channel. Big up to Steve, man, who says, big up Dom and Mike from Suomi. So Mike coming in from Finland.
There we go. Suomi, kiitos paljon.
Yep. So you speak that's Finnish.
Yep. Top 5 hardest languages in the world to learn.
That is hard, man. That is
it's
hard.
I tell you that. Even for me, I live here and it's hard.
Look, that the language is hard, and that is hard. You know, yeah. Urban that's hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? I speak another language, but it's like a broken English.
Creole?
It's what you call English patois, like what the Jamaicans speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the islands, they speak it. I think it's a language because if you really get in deep, you're not gonna understand what I'm saying.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah. So big up to Steve McCullough, man. Appreciate that. Kickoff football. How are you? Floyd Kennedy, how are you, man? Floyd says, don't worry about your weight, Dom. I've noticed a lot of people getting a bit more cuddy during the COVID pandemic. Exactly. Keep up the great work. You never walk alone. And he has the UK flag there. Big up to Floyd Kennedy, man. Longtime supporter of the channel. Look, as for Crystal Palace, you mentioned it. You said, Vieira picking up his first points. That must feel good. Monkey off the back right there. Their last new manager in Frank de Boer didn't get any points, and he got sacked. Roy Hodgson had to come in and do the bit. Yeah, look, and what do you call his tenure for the Dutch national team as well?
A failure, a disaster.
So anything the man touches just turns to shit, it seems, man. So
Atlanta United.
I think my boy Thriller said he did win them a trophy, I think he did win a trophy there, but I don't think he was. What
trophy did he win? If they can let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I think he did win a cup or something there. I think he did.
Okay.
But for Premier League legend, what's his name? Patrick Vieira, who I did get to meet once in person while he was a manager of NYCFC. And I got to shake his hand and everything. I have it on video. I gotta find that and get it up somewhere in here where I could show you guys from time to time. Yeah, I did get to meet him, and I did get to meet Jack Harrison and David Villa before as well. So those are the players that I've met from NYFC. And I saw a few others, but it doesn't really matter. But it's good that they get their first point. As you said, the team is transitioning. A lot of new players. You see Mark Guehi, the Chelsea youngster, starting the game today. And Joachim Andersen, the new Danish centre-back, starting as well. Tyreek Mitchell, who was bought from the Brentford Youth Academy. Conor Gallagher, who hit the post. I think if Conor Gallagher's first touch was a lot better, he scores. He really, really scores. So it was a very, from watching the replay, it was a tense game. Both teams didn't really want to go. It seems like they didn't really want to go for the win, like overcommit. They wanted to score, but they didn't want to overcommit. And there was a few chances in the game, but 0-0. This is the first 0-0 we have this season, right?
Yeah, I think so. There was no 0-0s last weekend, so yeah. Good old Brexit 0-0.
Exactly. David Raya, back-to-back clean sheets. So big up to the keeper there for Brentford. And their defense of Ethan Pinnock, Jamaican international, Aya, Pontus Janssen. That's big. That is a big morale boost for the team, man. And we also saw a debut for Johan Wissa, a new man they brought in from the French league. So, look, 0-0. We're not going to stay too long and talk about this too much. But I think we touched on a lot of really, really, really good points. So, big up to the boy Ryan LFC in the house. How you feeling, Ryan? Big up to Mayten in the house. Nice to see you around here. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button, as Ryan said. So, Mike, anything else? Any last thoughts on these teams before we do move on to the next fixture?
I just think Crystal Palace, they just got to find a goal scorer. I mean, Benteke, the old Liverpool guy, but he just they paid so much money for Benteke, and I just think he's been a bit of a flop for Crystal Palace. He had the one header in the back post. I think he was going against the right back for Brentford, and he just hit it over. So they just need to find a goal scorer. If Crystal Palace can find that, they'll be fine. If they don't, then they might be in trouble, and Vieira's job might be in trouble because it didn't go so well for him at Nice. It didn't go so well for him at NYCFC. So he's still a very young coach, but I just don't know what his tactics are, and we're going to find out in the next couple of games. Now, Crystal Palace is going to give him the time. We're going to find out.
I was just about to, when you said that, I was just about to be like, we going to find out. We're going to definitely find out. But in terms of fixtures, the next fixture for Crystal Palace will be Watford in the EFL Cup, and then they play West Ham United this coming Saturday in the Premier League. As for Brentford, the next game will be against Forest Green Rovers in the EFL Cup this Tuesday, and against Aston Villa on the road in the English Premier League. So what we're going to do, we're going to move right on. We're going to move on to this next game here between Leeds and Everton. I didn't actually watch this one too. I started watching it, but I had to tune into the Arsenal-Chelsea game. I started watching it on replay. But I did get this prediction right, though. Just to touch on the prediction, though, Mike, what did you predict for the Brentford Crystal Palace match?
I said a 2-2, so I got the draw right.
Okay, that is awesome. For my prediction, though, for this one, Brentford Arsenal, did I even write that down? Brentford Crystal Palace, I can't even remember if I wrote that down, bro. I can't even remember what I predicted for that one. But I know what I'm getting at. My prediction for this game was a 2-2 draw. Leeds 2, Everton 2, and I got it spot on, man. I feel good. I feel really, really good about that. So let me just touch on the goal scorers, and then, Mike, I'll let you share your thoughts on this, on just any thoughts you have on both these teams, the game, if you have any, and then I'll say something, see what the chat is saying, and then we move right on. So 2-2. Let me just Dominic Calvert-Lewin penalty. That's in the 30th minute, and he was fouled for the penalty. Do you think that was from watching the replay? Do you think that was actually a penalty? I think he was pulled down by I can't remember if it was Cooper. Yeah, he was pulled down by Cooper, and they had to refer to VAR, and it was given a penalty. Well taken by Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well for his second goal of the season. So, do you think that was a pen, though?
I think so. I think Cooper knew what he was doing. He pulled it. I think it was like his left shoulder or left hand. He pulled it back. He knew what he was doing, Cooper. And then he even said it like at the interview after the game. He was like, I kind of knew I did it and just kind of feel bad for doing it against the team. But I think that was a stone cold penalty. Yeah,
I think it's instinct, you know. It's just that instinct kicking, and you sometimes you forget where you at and you just pull down the player. So, yeah. Matthias Klick scoring in the 41st minute, set up by Patrick Bamford. That was a really nice goal. Bamford having the presence of mind to just pass the ball instead of taking a shot of his own. And Patrick Bamford newly signed a new 5-year deal with Leeds. That's huge, man. So Klick scoring his first goal of the season, equalizing there. And then in the 50th minute, Demarai Gray. What a freaking goal, man. Demarai Gray adds a new dimension to this Everton team as well with his speed and skill and his know-how. He has a Premier League trophy as well with Leicester City. So Abdoulaye Doucouré with the assist. Doucouré has been stepping up in terms of his goal contribution so far in the season. I actually got to, I didn't watch the first game, but when I look back at the game, man, when I look back at the goals, that Doucouré goal was on the money. A lot of people are not talking about this goal enough, but that was nice. Mm-hmm. That goal was really, really nice. The Richarlison goal and the Calvert-Lewin goal. Everton looks good. Everton looks good.
They look good, but last year they were on top of the league after 8 games, and we said, oh, maybe Everton can challenge. And then what happened? It's the same old Everton. I'm a Liverpool fan. I know what Everton are. Maybe they can surprise with Rafa Benitez. They look much more like dangerous on the attack, though. Under Ancelotti, I kind of felt like they were a bit too slow when they're attacking. But it seems with Rafa, and he's only worked with them maybe 6 weeks or 5 weeks, but he seems to know what he wants to do with this team and the training that he does with this team. And it's really working on the pitch. I mean, you talked about Demarai Gray. This guy, he has a lot of potential. Like, I see a lot of good things in him. and he did well at Bayer Leverkusen. I think he scored on his debut for Leverkusen against Stuttgart, had only one goal. Previous season, I think he was injured. I think he had like an ACL tear or something like that. So we all know Demarai Gray has potential, but now he needs to just fulfill it. And maybe he can do that at Everton. And then if you have Iwobi on the other side, you have Richarlison, you have Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I mean, that's a pretty scary attacking lineup, and I don't want to face that, especially Dominic Calvert-Lewin. This guy is a menace in the box. He is just, you don't want to deal with him all game.
Yeah, their team they have a decent looking team, and I think their team will they'll give you problems. Richarlison, he's always there. Allen to win the ball back. I like what Iwobi has been doing though. Iwobi won the last game when he came off the bench, basically, so you got to give it to Rafa Benitez making some impact substitutes there as well, and he has a nice squad. I like the squad. He has some very versatile players in the squad that he can call upon to get results. And even though they give up the points from a winning position, you got to give it to Leeds United, though, because that goal Rafinha scored, that was a brilliant goal, man. And we got to give credit to Calvin Phillips for that ball in the box and Liam Cooper laying it off to Rafinha. And that, oh my God, that was a bullet. That shot was a bullet. This guy Rafinha, do you see Rafinha? Let's say Leeds have another good season. They do even better and play 7th, qualify for the Europa Conference League or the Europa League, 6th, 7th. Do you see Leeds managing to hold on to this guy Rafinha? Because the big clubs will be circling like sharks. We know this.
It's difficult to say because, Leeds are actually a really, really big team in England. I don't think people understand that because they've been so long gone from the Premier League. And then you see today with the fans. I mean, yesterday, Ellen Road was absolutely buzzing. I mean, that stadium with the fans is ridiculous. And they've always been passionate. And maybe Rafinha will see that and maybe he'll want to stay. And I mean, that goal, especially first time, and he doesn't just kick it and just hope it goes hard. He places it with the inside of his foot and just curls it to the bottom left corner. I mean, it was an absolutely beautiful goal. And just hopefully he's consistent. I mean, he would watching the highlights. He was the only one who really tried for Leeds. He was the one who wanted the ball and said, hey, give it to me. I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to create something magical with it. And that's just the type of player Rafinha is. Now, can he do that at maybe, what would be a good team for him? Maybe an Arsenal or something like that. Maybe a Liverpool in the future, possibly. If Mo Salah then moves on, maybe Rafinha can come in. That would be a good option, I think, for Liverpool. But I think Rafinha should stay at Leeds. I think Leeds are building something. I don't know where they're going to finish because you just don't know what with this Leeds squad. It's just you're going to get a good game. You're going to get a horrible game like last week. And then you're going to get a game like today where it's just open football and they're just counterattacking and attacking all the time. So maybe it's best, I think, Rafinha just stays at Leeds and just builds his career from there.
Yeah, brilliant, and well said. I think I was actually thinking the same thing today because we know Leeds are not a small club, and you see the crowd as you mentioned in Ellen Road, them getting to watch their team back in the Premier League for the first time, basically at home, and they're gonna do that consistently if things stay the way it is, and the crowd is allowed to watch the game, and. They play with a lot of passion. I think they need to attract more talent like Rafinha to their team. They need to just keep doing what they're doing. They need to, because the big teams are going to circle. There's a Calvin Phillips who I think they missed him last week. They really, really missed Calvin Phillips last week. And whenever he's not playing, it's a different Leeds team. He's the anchor. He just holds this team. He's the gel. He's the glue. He holds this team together. Big up to Marcelo Bielsa as well for the great job he's been doing with the team. One player I have to shout out for this Leeds team is Ilhan Melier, that goalkeeper, 21 years old, I think he is, or still 20. And just think that the role he has, there's no goalkeeper of his age that is consistently the number one goalkeeper. And the man just pulled up big. If it wasn't for Melier, Leeds would have lost the game. So you got to give it to Melier, man. And, just to go back over to Everton are playing with a lot of fight, with a lot of vigor. Like they actually want to win these games. It's not just show up and, yeah. And there was also something I have to mention. There was a little scrap in the game between Yerry Mina and Patrick Bamford. Did you see that thing?
No, but that's Yerry Mina, man. He always does that. He did it in the Copa America, I think, too. I can't remember what it
He
was.
did it at the World Cup too.
Yeah, he did. He's just that type of player, man. That's Yerry
Yeah,
Mina.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's good. A point each. Leeds, after what they did against United, that's basically bouncing back. We know they let in a lot of goals. That's a problem with the Leeds team. They need to actually tighten up their defense. As for Everton, a win on match day one against Southampton, and now coming back with a point against Leeds, even though they dropped 2 points. It's basically they dropped points from a winning position. It's still a great start. You see, it's a better start than Man City. Let's just put that out there.
Better start than Arsenal.
Better start, yeah, way better start than freaking Arsenal, and level with on par with United. That's big. That is big. So, you have anything else to say on these teams before we move on? I don't think we have anything else to add. Let me see if anybody in the chat is actually saying anything right now on these teams. Big up to Dave, LFC Chats, who was with me last week. He says, Shaq to Leon, done deal. Yeah, I did see that. Fabrizio Romano. Yeah, Shaqiri, it definitely is time to move on. I think at Liverpool, he never really lived up to expectation. He was always injured. There were times when he came and did his thing, but most times he was just absent, man. He was just there stealing for a living, basically.
Yeah, I mean, not really. I mean, Shaq did score some important goals, and he put in the cross for Wijnaldum when we came back against Barcelona. He put the cross for the. He scored 2 goals against Man United, I think, where there were deflections, but they still scored. Yes, okay, I understand he was injured a lot, but Shaq was a good player for me.
Yeah, he was, no doubt. But I don't think he's like a Benjamin Mendy in City, basically.
Nah, he's better than Benjamin Mendy.
No, I mean in terms of the appearances. 50 appearances in 5 years. This is the 5th season Mendy is at City. 5th. He came in 2017-18. And the man only has 50 Premier League appearances. That is poor. So, Shaqiri, I think the Liverpool fans would be kind of happy to see the back of Shaqiri. And that means with Shaqiri leaving, there might be a new player coming in. And we know that the Liverpool fans love signings, man. Everybody loves signings. So, in terms of these teams, Leeds and Everton, for Leeds, their next game will be a Carabao Cup game, or EFL. I don't think it's called a Carabao Cup still. It might be the Papa John's Cup or something. It's yeah, this cup name has been changed like so many times, man.
Coca-Cola Cup. It's been
man. They should just call it Dirty Cup or something. You know what I'm saying?
Something, yeah.
Yeah, Teacup. Something. What are those What are those cups that they? Oh man, I know those cups that the females use again. What is it called? That cup, whatever that is. They should call it that. I can't remember what it's called, but whatever. Somebody drop the name in the chat. You know what I'm talking about. But they will play against Burnley next. That'll be an interesting game. Leeds versus Burnley. For Everton, their next match will be against Huddersfield Town in the EFL Cup, and then they play Brighton and Hove Albion, who's been on fire. Big up to Brighton. But, Mike, we're going to keep things moving. Big up to Jungle, Lion, Jimmy in the house. More shout-outs to Jersey Boy. Big up Jersey Boy. Who else we have in here? Mustafa Albatron, how are you doing? How's everybody doing? Make sure you guys like the video. Don't forget, don't ignore the like button. Smash the thumbs up button for your boy Mike. For your boy Dom. Mike's channel, a link would be in the description box, so make sure you go check him out. He does Premier League content. He talks a bit about Syria and talks World Cup. So if you like World Cup stuff, make sure you go check out his stuff, all right? His channel. Link is in the chat, as I mentioned. So we're going to move right on, man. We're going to move right on. And this is a tasty game. Aston Villa 2, Newcastle United 0. Back-to-back losses for Newcastle after, I think they were ahead against West Ham and lost 4-2. And it's not a great start for Steve Bruce and his boys here, losing to Villa, who did not start on the right path, losing to newly promoted Watford. I almost said Ratford, but newly promoted Watford. But I think Aston Villa's brilliance just was the difference in this game because I don't think Newcastle played badly in this match. But that Danny Ings goal, man, that's goal of the season already. It'll take a lot to top that. That's goal of the season already because that was simply amazing. And Ings, he's showing why they paid the big bucks for him. Goals in back-to-back games, and he's just worth it, man. When I saw Ings score that goal, I'm like, why didn't Man City just spend a 30 million and go in for Ings? He's gonna get the goals. He's gonna do the business. Just manage his workload well and keep him fit, and that's it. You're done. You see what I'm saying? El Ghazi, 62nd minute penalty that was well put away, and for that Ings goal, Tyrone Mings assisting Danny Ings. That's hard. That is nice. I'm telling you, Tyrone Mings setting up Danny Ings. And as I mentioned I can't remember where I said it, but they need to sign a player by the name of Cummings now. And that would complete the whole trio. Cummings. I think there's a Cummings that plays for Shrewsbury Town. They should sign him up. So big up to Sippy Cup, man. Big up to Benjamin Barrero. Big up to Rin, Lyrie, Curtis, Howell in the house. All you guys, man. Thanks for coming through. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. Let's get the stream closer to 100 thumbs up. Mike, your thoughts on Aston Villa to Newcastle nil?
Well, I got the prediction right and the score right, so that's a start right there. Because just Newcastle, man, I don't like Steve Bruce whatsoever. He just plays such boring football. He plays that also the 5 in the back formation. He's got Matt Ritchie at left back, and it doesn't quite work. He's not a good defender. Then you have Callum Wilson. I really like Callum Wilson. Actually, I'll tell you something. I used to live in Bournemouth, so I saw Callum Wilson a lot when he was at AFC Bournemouth, and he had a lot of chances, and he's scored a lot of goals, but he does miss big chances. And what happened today? He missed a huge chance for Newcastle to put them 1-0 up, and I think Mings made an error, and he misjudged the flight of the ball or something like that, and Callum Wilson was through on goal, and he missed it. And I'm just like, come on, man. You're paid the big bucks. You're supposed to score a goal. Why don't you just do it? And then, St. Maximin doing his thing. I feel bad for St. Maximin. First off, he can't wear his Gucci headband, which he wore in the French league. I wish I could see that more, because now he has to wear some stupid Schlesinger headband now, which is Schlesinger, I think it's called. Isn't that?
Yeah, I know that brand. I know that brand. That is a cricket brand. I know that brand for sure. Schlesinger.
Yeah. So then he has to wear that, and Newcastle they just signed Joe Willock, which is a really good signing. And I don't know why Arsenal gave up on him, because he scored 8 straight games last season at the end of the season for Newcastle. I think that's a good signing, but they just need to find a good defense. I just don't think the defenders that they have right now are good enough. And Dubravka, he's injured for Newcastle. He's a really good goalkeeper for them. And then for Aston Villa, I mean, that Danny Ings goal, that is goal of the season already. The technique that he uses, just the wait for the ball to perfectly land, and then just have that technique put in the bottom right corner. I mean, spectacular, the goal. Long throw in from, I think, was it Matty Cash? And then the Mings flipped it on with the head. And then just a beautiful scissors kick goal from Danny Ings. I mean, what more can you say about that goal? And then El Ghazi with the penalty. Do you know El Ghazi now has not missed the penalties still for Aston Villa? 6 for 6.
Perfect
for Aston Villa.
Perfect. Yeah. Isn't it an awesome sight to see the fans in the stadium just looking on at the game, man? You know what I mean? And for the players too, they have an audience, so they could go out there and do their thing, man. One thing I noticed in this game, after what Ismail Assar did to Matt Target in that game, they actually had to drop him. Ashley Young had to deputize that left back. Who noticed that? Who noticed that?
I didn't.
These are the little things I look at in these games. I pay attention to these little nuggets. That's what I like. I like these things. I just go and I say, okay, But you ask if why did Arsenal let go Joe Willock? Because it's Arsenal. It's Arsenal. What else are they gonna do?
Easy answer.
Are they gonna do? It's Arsenal. That's what they're going to do. That is look at the signings, right? Look at the signings Aston Villa are making. And by the way, Emi Buendia had a better game. I think he looked a lot better. And they did miss Douglas Luiz in the first game. To be honest, I don't see what the big deal is with Marvelous Nakamba. Seriously, I know he's he's from Zimbabwe and all, and it's nice to see a Zimbabwean playing in the Premier League and all, but I don't think there's... The only thing special about Marvelous, bro, if you're watching this video right now, the only thing special about you is your name. It's Marvelous, you know what I'm saying? Marvelous, marvelous name. But look, Newcastle got to be more clinical. Callum Wilson, you got to be more clinical. But when you have Emi Martinez in goal, it's not easy. You see what I'm saying? He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world right about now, and it's not easy to breach his goal. He was one of the best keepers last year. And going back to the whole Arsenal thing, don't want to stay too long. Arsenal sold... Oh, man. And then you're going to end up and bring in Aaron Ramsdale for 25 million. Like, come on. Tell me if that makes any sense. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm big up to Leon Bailey, too, who is injured right now. Wish him a speedy recovery. He would have definitely started this game maybe in front of Ramsey, young Ramsey. So, big win. Big win for Aston Villa there in front of their home fans. And I don't think Villa are a team that has to worry about relegation anymore. Seriously, I think they have become part of the fabric of the Premier League once again, and I think they're here to stay. They're doing some good business. They sold Grealish to Manchester City, big money, and they have used that money well. That money have gone into somebody's pocket as well, but they have already put some of the money into the club and looking good. And one player that they brought in made so much sense, Danny Ings, former Burnley, Liverpool, Southampton man. Big game player, Danny Ings. Once he stays fit, he's banging in 20 goals this season. He has 2 in 2 already. So, you have anything else to say about this team before these teams before we move on? Maybe Newcastle, their takeover. Do you think their takeover will go through any time?
No,
I think that could be something.
Mike actually won't allow that.
I think that's something that's but I thought they said he wants to sell the club though.
He wants to sell, but I just don't think he knows how to. He's just not a smart dude, in my opinion. His brand in England, I don't remember the sporting brand that he owns in England. Somebody let me know in the comments. I can't remember, but he owns a sporting store in England, and it's not going so well. So maybe he's just trying to make money through Newcastle. I don't know how much money he's making through Newcastle. There was the whole thing about the Saudi people trying to buy Newcastle last year, and it didn't go through. And I think that kind of affected the club a little bit. But now, if they really want to be serious about staying up, they might have to pump some more money in, and especially in the defense, and maybe a new goalkeeper in case Dubravka's out for too long, because that defense is not good enough. They gave up 4 goals against West Ham when they had a 2-1 lead at halftime. Yeah. What you do then is you sit back and you just defend well, and they can't even do that. Then this might be a long season for Newcastle fans and for the Geordies. I'm sorry. I feel bad for Newcastle because they're another one of these huge teams. They play in a stadium where there's 55,000 people. I don't think people understand that. St. James's Park is one of the beautiful stadiums in England. And then when your neighbors Sunderland are in 3rd division of England and you can take the piss out of them, but then you're going to be relegated to 2nd division. I don't know if you have much to gloat about, really. So Newcastle got to be careful. If they really want to stay up, they have to fix the defense. And maybe it's about getting rid of Steve Bruce.
I was just about to say that. What do you think about their new kits, though? They have a new brand in Castor, and I think that brand also provides the kits for the West Indies cricket team. That was the first time I actually seen that brand was with the West Indies cricket team, and they actually wear that brand. They unique kits. You're gonna get unique kits. They look good. They look good, but they need to do a lot better on the field, though. You know what I'm saying? They need to do a lot better on the field. So, Mike, we're gonna move on. We're gonna definitely move on. My prediction was a draw for this one, a 2-2 draw, but that didn't actually happen. But before we do move on, let's just see who these teams play next. So, for Villa, they will play 2nd round EFL Cup match against Barrow, lower league team, and then they play Brentford. Just talked about that. They play Brentford. Winnable game for them, definitely. But if we learn anything from Brentford, they're not easy to beat. So Newcastle, they play Burnley in the EFL Cup, and then they have Southampton, who we saw put up a very, very good showing against Manchester United. So we're going to move right on. Mike, I think you should pick the next game. What's the next game you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Brighton and Watford.
All right. Brighton and Watford. So Brighton 2, Watford 0. I think I predicted a 1-0 win for Brighton, and pretty spot on, man. With the not correct per se, but pretty spot on with the Brighton win. So I think Ryan did predict Watford to win, but you got that one wrong, Ryan, if you're watching right now. But that was a quality prediction, though. I can't find any of my predictions. They're right here in front of my face, but I'm trying to concentrate. Oh, I found it. My prediction was, where is it at? 1-0. 1-0 to Brighton. Quality stuff by Graham Potter and Brighton. And they start off with back-to-back wins, man. This is big. 2-1 against Burnley, come from behind win. And that was on the road. And that was a master stroke by Graham Potter. He actually uses wand, He actually uses magic wand. Sent on 2 subs, Jakob Moda and Alexis McAllister, and they were magical. And he spanked Watford. I told people, do not believe the Watford hype. The only thing I like about Watford right now is the fact that they're actually sporting Dogecoin on their sleeves. And I'm a Dogecoin guy. You see what I'm saying? I like crypto. I'm into crypto, so I like that they have the Dogecoin on their sleeve, and I could remember the first time they had Bitcoin on their sleeve, I laughed because I wasn't really into cryptocurrency yet. And then Bitcoin blew up. So if we, guys, hear what I'm saying, just hear me out. If the Bitcoin situation is an indication that if Watford touch you, you're going to blow up, yeah, I think you should invest in some Doge. And that's not financial advice, okay? Just for entertainment purposes. All right? Big up to Fresh God in the house, man. How you feeling? Nice to see you around here. What did you say? You said Nakama, no good to me. Big up to Shakuri Smith as well. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. We got about 60 people in here, and we only got 34 thumbs up, man. You guys could do a lot better than that. You could do a lot better than that. Big up to Steve McCullough, who says, thank you for your kind words about St. James's Park. Steve's likes Newcastle, so big up to Steve. And it's a rough start to the season, and things will get better, man. You know what I'm saying? You know that song that say, ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Come on, man. Keep your head up, man. Don't cry. Don't cry, Steve. It's all right. Everything will be okay. So, Mike, let's just run through these games, man. Brighton 2, Shane Duffy, big goal, man, big header. Shane Duffy, the big Irishman, loves to put him in. And he's always been a threat, a goal threat. He was on loan at Celtic, and now he's back with the departure of Ben White. So, they lost a quality defender, but I think they have a very gritty character in Shane Duffy, and he's already showing his wealth. And he's worth gold. Neil Maupay, I think he picked up an injury after scoring this goal, but he put away in the 41st minute. Set up by Yves Bissouma. First goal set up by Pascal Gross. I watched this thing. I think there was a mistake for that Neil Maupay goal.
Yeah, there was. From the right center back of Watford.
Yeah, silly mistake, and they just pounced on it and put it in the back of the net. There's a lot of goals to remember, so pardon me if I don't remember every single thing, man. And that's why I have Mike. That is why I have Mike with me. Mike, what are your thoughts on Brighton's start and Watford coming back to the Premier League, winning one, losing one? Talk to me.
Well, Brighton, you know what, man? Graham Potter, he deserves to be a manager at a better club. Not that I'm saying Brighton is not a big club, but I think he can really elevate one of these big clubs in England. He did something special at Östersund in Sweden, which is in the middle of nowhere in Sweden, in the north of Sweden near the Norwegian border, and he brought them to the Europa League. He beat Arsenal even with the Östersund. Then he went to Swansea.
Arsenal.
He beat Arsenal, yes, exactly. Then he went to Swansea, did some good things there, and now he's at Brighton, and he's still some of the football he's playing with Brighton. And I like some of the center backs, they're so big and they're actually very calm on the ball, which is surprisingly to see. And then if you have a Bissouma in the midfield, this guy, he could play anywhere. I'm sorry. Yeah. If Idrissa Gueye can play at PSG, Bissouma can do much better than Idrissa Gueye at PSG.
just to interrupt you, sorry, but I think the fact that the rumors have been circling about Bissouma, I've just seen a more confident player. He's just grown in stature and confidence since he's been linked with these bigger clubs. And if he continues to play like this, he's gone. And just to touch on Graham Potter, I've been thinking, who could be the next? And people might laugh at me, but I was thinking, who could be the next Man City manager when Pep Guardiola leaves? And who knows? A Graham Potter could be a very, very good fit. I don't understand why Arsenal didn't go in for this guy. The fact
I really don't know.
The fact that he beat them with Ostersund, I remember that. I remember that in the Europa League. I watched that game. I watched the game. And if you can't beat him, sign him. You see what I'm saying? But Arsenal, what they did, they signed Mikel Arteta, who was an assistant manager at Manchester City. But it's a good thing because now we know, as a City fan, I know I won't get Mikel Arteta in the future. So that's good. But big up to Graham Potter and Brighton for what they're doing, though. Mike, so continue. I just had to add to what you were saying.
Yeah, so Brighton, 2 wins out of 2. They beat other teams that they're going to fight for in the relegation. I hope Brighton stay up. I think they have a really nice stadium. They have a lot of good players. If Malpe can stay healthy, then they have a recognized striker, and they'll be fine. Because I was looking at a stat before the season even started about last season, and Brighton should have had at least 50 to 20 more goals than they did last season. That's an unexpected goals. So they're a team who create a lot of chances, but they just don't have a striker who can put the ball in the back of the net. If Malpe or Danny Welbeck, when he comes back from injury, if they can keep doing that, Brighton will be fine. And they might even finish maybe mid-table because of the way they play and Graham Potter and his just magical hands that he has, really. And then for Watford, I'm like you. I thought first game, all right, they beat Aston Villa. They're back in the Premier League. All good. But then this game, you just saw not a lot of creativity. Yeah. The defense is weak. It's gonna be tough for Watford. They might sack their manager by Christmas. We all know that. That's going to happen. That's just Watford. Every time they're in the Premier League, they sack their manager by December. They get a new one and they stay up, except for the last time they were in the Premier League. They finally went down. Now, it's quite interesting about this manager. Do you know he actually was in Georgia, the country, not the state of Georgia?
Tbilisi, right?
Yeah, Dynamo Tbilisi. Yeah, he was managing there, and he's a former player. And I was like, why is he going straight from Dynamo Tbilisi to Watford? What did they see in him? But I guess, they played some good football last season in the championship. Yeah. But when Emmanuel Denise, like I told you in the chat, that was his first goal in 2 years. I mean, if you're going to have a striker like that, you're not going to survive in the Premier League. Yes, they got Ozan Tufan now from Fenerbahce, which is a really good signing. He's a quality midfielder. But the defense is going to have to shorten up. And they got to get some good attacking play. If they don't, they're going to have a long season. And let me tell you one story about Watford. I went to Vicarage Road once, the Watford's home stadium, and that place is cold and cold and cold. Wind comes through it. It is a horrible place to play and be a fan at. I'll tell you that.
Nice. Thanks for sharing that, though. I'll know to stay away from Vicarage Road unless it's Man City versus Watford, because we know we're gonna get a show. Yep. We know we're gonna definitely get a show. So, do you think that Watford are gonna survive? Do you think they're gonna survive, though?
Yeah, I think Watford will survive. Well, actually, no, I don't think they'll survive. I think they'll be like 18th or 19th because I think Norwich are going to be bottom. Sorry, Norwich fans. But Watford, I think they'll be 18th or 19th. I just don't think they have a good striker unless Troy Deeney can somehow become a Superman and score 10 goals. But I just don't see it unless they get something in the transfer window. But
they have. I think with Watford, they went in and they brought in a lot of random players. They have Josh King at the club. They have Ozan Tufan just came in. Emmanuel Dennis, there's Ismail Assar still there. There's Ken Sema, So the team, it's the team is like, I don't like the way they treat the managers. I really don't, and that's the only gripe that I have with Watford. Apart from that, if they stay up, they stay up, because it just means that they'll get smashed 7 and 8-0 twice every season by Manchester City. And as a City fan, I love it, man. I absolutely love it. So let's see what they do. I didn't make any predictions, so I can't say, You know what I mean? I did predict them to go down a while. I'm just taking everything one day at a time. So big up to Robbie Lewis in the house. It says Liverpool in first place already. Go Reds. And Mike is a Reds fan. So yeah, Mike will be happy. But look, just before we move on from this one though, Brighton, man, you got to give it to Brighton. Yves Bissouma, you see, he was a man of the match. And I don't get this. This Watford kit is weird with the black lettering at the back though. And I hope
it's got steak in them as the logo. It looks weird.
Yeah, I hope Etebo is okay. He did get an injury during the game, and Watford also has that Chuko Hernandez guy. They have a lot of they have a lot of firepower, but are they gonna be firing all season? I think Aston Villa slipped up against them, and we saw Brighton's quality shine through, and they picked up. Brighton has 6 points. Big up to Brighton. They play some very, very attractive football, passing the ball out from the back. Robert Sanchez doing well in the goal, you know, making the Spanish national team and all. And look, Brighton are money. That's why they're sponsored by American Express. They got promoted to the Premier League for the first time a few seasons ago, and they have never left. Brighton means business. Trust me. The Seagulls are going to keep flying in any weather. So, look, just to touch on their next fixture, we don't want to stay too long. The time, time is going, time is of the essence. You don't have all night here with me, and I would like to hear your thoughts on a few other games. So, we're just going to touch on their fixtures, and then we're going to move right on to the next one, and I'm going to let you choose the next one, and we're going to talk about that one. So, for Brighton to play Cardiff in the EFL Cup second round, and then they have Everton in the Prem de la Prem. For Watford, their next game is against Crystal Palace. They do play a Premier League team in the second round of the EFL Cup. Then they have a London derby against Tottenham Hotspur, who are on fire right about now. So, Mike, pick the next game. Pick your poison, Mike. Pick your poison.
I think it's got to be Wolves and Tottenham.
You sure you want to talk about that? You sure? We have a lot of games to talk. You have a lot of games. You sure you don't want to talk about Liverpool, Burnley?
Okay. We can talk about. I was going to save that one, but we can talk about that one now.
Let's talk about this one right now. We don't have to be super long, but I know you don't have all night. It's late. Mike is from Finland. From Finland, and I don't want him to be here all night. You're 7 hours time difference, I think. What's the time now? About 11:30?
Yep, almost 11:30 right now.
Exactly. I don't want you here all after midnight, and you see, I have to respect your time. So I think we spoke an hour and a half. So you basically have about 40 minutes left, 42 minutes.
All right, we're good.
So I want to use that 40 minutes wisely, and we're going to talk about Liverpool 2, Burnley 0. Diogo Jota in the 18th minute. Brilliant header set up by the Greek man, Kostas Tsimikas. And Sadio Mane, brilliant goal set up by Trent Alexander-Arnold in the 69th minute. The Reds win once again. Perfect start to the season. 2 clean sheets in 2 matches. The Reds on fire. Talk to me, Red man.
We on fire, and the league better worry, and you better worry as a Man City fan. We're actually coming. But
bring it on.
If I talk about, we better bring it on. October 3rd? Was it October 3rd?
October 3rd. You wait. You better remember mark the date. If you have any calendars on the wall or put it in your phone, mark the date. It's on.
I got my head right here, man. It's already in the head, Man City.
You sure it's in your head because you can't seem to. You're fumbling on that date, bro. You're fumbling on the date.
I just needed reassurance about the date. But anyway, the game.
Talk to me.
The first 15 minutes, I got to say, we were looking a little bit shaky, especially Trent. He was looking a little bit shaky. Dwight McNeil was giving him a lot of trouble. And that was pretty much it for Burnley. And then after that was all Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk with his long passes, and then Harvey Elliott coming in. I'm so glad Harvey Elliott is now playing. This guy is an absolute baller. Yes, he gave the ball away a couple of times, but that's going to happen, especially when he's playing a high-intensity game. I think maybe his first start for Liverpool in the Premier League. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it is, though, but he was looking good. Then Salah, Mane looking fresh, Jota getting another heading goal. I mean, this guy, Jota, to be honest, Dom, when he signed for Liverpool last season, I was like, no, I don't want this guy. We paid 30 million for him. And I'm like, why do we need him? But that man, he's proven me wrong so much, and I'm glad I am wrong about Diego Jota because he is a fantastic talent.
Yeah,
And just
I knew Jota was a baller while he was at Wolves. Jota, the thing about Jota, the beauty about him is he could play out wide, and when Raul Jimenez wasn't involved in the game, Jota played as a striker, and he always did well. And you had Pedro Neto and Adama there. That's when Wolves were forced, man. Wolves are playing games. We're gonna get to that game. But yeah, talk to me.
But yeah, I mean, midfield just needs a little bit of work, but it was great to see Jordan Henderson. I thought Jordan Henderson was man of the match. He was excellent in the midfield with him and Naby Keita, and then Harvey Elliott picking up the ball on the right side. It's going to be interesting to see, will Harvey Elliott get a lot of game time, and then his combination with Mohamed Salah down the right wing. We might see that a lot for Liverpool. And then if you look at that second goal, especially, we played out of the back. Virgil van Dijk puts in a beautiful ball out wide to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott down the middle to Trent, and then Trent's little touch pass, kind of like Pogba did for Fernandez's goal in the first week against Leeds. Just that exquisite little touch. And then Mane with a beautiful finish. Mane should have had a hat trick. This game should have been 5-0, to be honest. If Mane had better shooting boots in the day, this could have been easily 5-0. Yeah, Burnley had some chances with the extra time, but we don't care about that. That's just garbage time anyways. But 2-0, still a clean sheet. And then we head into Chelsea next weekend, and that's just going to be an absolute show to see what happens there, because I have no clue what's going to happen, how Liverpool can deal with then Chelsea's 5 in the back and their wing backs, and then the 2 cams that Chelsea play in behind Lukaku. I don't know how Liverpool's going to deal with that, especially with Trent. I love Trent. He's a great player going forward, but defensively, he still needs a lot of work. He's just a little bit – he kind of overreads the game, I would say. He's trying to jump into tackles, but he can't really do that. He needs to read the game a lot better. Luckily, there's Virgil and Matip there now at the back. Shimikas played a great game, I thought, coming in for Robertson. Now he's back on the bench, so maybe Robertson will come back in for left back against Chelsea. Time will tell. As a Liverpool fan, we are back. Hopefully, just please, I beg, please stay healthy, guys. Please. Last season was an absolute horror show. Every day I go through Twitter, refresh it. Oh, another player injured, another player injured, another player injured. If we can just stay healthy, Liverpool will challenge for the title. I think we will. And now that we sold Shaqiri, apparently, according to Fabrizio Romano, I didn't hear about that, but if we sold Shaqiri, more money coming in, we might getting a midfielder. Let's see. And then if we get that, we're good.
Look, I don't even want to talk about the Burnley game. Sorry, Burnley. I don't even want to talk about that game because there was only going to be one win on the day. I know Burnley beat Liverpool last season. Liverpool were going through some things. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes in life when you're going through some things, you do things that you're like, God damn, I did that. I can't believe I stooped so low. Liverpool stooped really low last season, but they have started the season on a high. Big win against Norwich. Big win against Burnley. I know it's only Norwich and Burnley, but if you look at where Liverpool dropped their points last season, it was against teams like these. You see? So they do well against the bigger teams, but it's the smaller teams that they're playing Mario Kart. You know, the banana peel out there, the turtle shell out there and things. So they just have to handle the smaller teams, and when they play the bigger teams, we know Liverpool are always up for the occasion. They're always up for the big game. And as I said, the key for Liverpool is to keep players fit. Keep players fit, keep rotating, keep the squad fresh, and you guys will be all right. I think you guys will be all right. Look, just to touch on Burnley really quick, slow start, 2 losses in 2 games. Transfer window still open, Burnley. You could still save yourself because it's not going to get easier. You see, other teams around you are improving. Teams are figuring out how to play against Burnley, even at Turf Moor. So you have to keep freshening up the team, bringing new players from different walks of life, not just players from the UK. You got to freshen things up. I know there's a Dutchman here and there and a player from Austria, but basically they live in the UK for a long time. Just change things up a little bit, Burnley. Get a few Americans in your team. You have American investors. Now get a few of these young Americans in your team. Give them some exposure. Else, you're going to be in the championship before you know it. But most people are going to say Sean Dyche knows how to get results. He's going to grind. And it doesn't matter if they play 17th, even though They placed 17th last season. They were about over 10 points ahead of the guys who went down. So that's all I want to talk about in terms of Burnley. I made a 24-minute video talking about Liverpool. You guys could go check that out. You'll hear more insight. But I think it was a good performance. I'm not going to nitpick too much. I think Trent played well. In my opinion, I think he played well. He's playing with more, more fights, like in terms of his defensive side of his game. And, attacking-wise, he's always on point. Harvey Elliott looked very, very good. Very good prospect for Liverpool. I want Klopp to give him more opportunities. Tsimikas has been proving me wrong with back-to-back assists, and I think Klopp should actually start him against Chelsea. And push come to shove, maybe bring Robertson off the bench, because the game against Chelsea is going to be high intensity, and to throw Robertson right back, you never know what's going to happen. You have Rudiger and you have Kante and these guys jumping in. Kovacic, these guys tackle hard. So I don't think you should rush Robertson back. But forget about the Burnley game. I want to talk about Chelsea. Chelsea, how you feel going into this Chelsea game, Mike?
Lukaku back in the Premier League? I'm scared, bro. That guy, what he did to Pablo Mari today was an absolute. He will not do that against Virgil van Dijk. I don't want to promise that. But that will not happen to Van Dijk.
That'd be a good battle.
That's going to be a great battle to watch. Van Dijk versus Lukaku. And especially Matip as well. Matip's got to read the game really well with Van Dijk to deal with Lukaku, because that's going to be the main thing. Arsenal didn't do that today. Can Liverpool do that? I think we can do that much better. We have much better leaders at the back with Van Dijk and Alisson, who's a much better goalkeeper. We have to think about the wing backs for Chelsea. That's what killed Arsenal today. And that cannot happen to Liverpool. If the wing backs get really forward and we're covering both the two cams that are played behind Lukaku, that might cause some trouble to us. Can we cause the Chelsea defense trouble? I think we can definitely cause some trouble with our pace and our skill players, which Arsenal didn't do today. I think we have much better players that can go at this Chelsea defense and cause trouble. But we really have to watch out for the wing backs for Chelsea and the midfield for Chelsea, especially if Conte comes back and play. I know he didn't start today. He came off the bench and played, 20 minutes or so for Chelsea. But Conte and Jorginho in the midfield, is that a better midfield than Liverpool's? It's very 50-50.
You guys have been experimenting. Do you think you'll have Fabinho back? I don't think so.
I don't know. I think he's still injured. So who's going to be in the middle?
Fabinho, remember his dad died.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I don't. It's better. It's better not to rush him then in that situation. It's better to respect him and his family. That's the most important thing. So then, if Fabinho doesn't play, who should play in the midfield then? Okay, it's got to be Henderson for sure. Maybe Naby Keita, and I think it's going to be James Milner just because of experience. I just think he won't. He does. Klopp. He just trusts players that have experience and that can deal with the big moments. Harvey Elliott will get to that point. There's no point in rushing him and playing him in this game against Chelsea, because we know what type of game this is going to be. Physical, high intensity. Harvey Elliott, it will get to that point at some point. He's kind of like Phil Foden from Man City. You have to nurture him. He's like a little baby. You slowly develop him into your squad, in the starting 11, and then he will become a man and dominate the Premier League. And we do that with Harvey Elliott, we'll be fine. So we just need to slowly bring him in. And then probably James Milner is going to have to play, because we don't have any other midfielders really that can play there. Yeah. Maybe Curtis Jones, but Curtis Jones hasn't really done much in preseason. I think he was injured for a little bit. So that's going to be our midfield.
I think Chelsea got you thinking, man. I think Chelsea got you Liverpool fans thinking. They're giving you all a headache right now. Look, Liverpool has to bring their A game against Chelsea, because do you think the way Chelsea are set up, that's why they're so difficult to beat? The three at the back, the two holding midfielders with the wing backs as well, overlapping all the time and providing that, providing those extra bodies. Look at what Reece James did today against Arsenal, and Marcos Alonso is always up there. And whenever those guys are forward, you have Kovacic and Jorginho, if it's N'Golo Kante, always helping out with the defense. And if they're attacking, they're always there helping out going forward. This Chelsea team is so dangerous, man. I look at their bench, I literally got scared. Their team looks better than Man City's team right now.
Facts.
That's a bold statement. But when you have Ziyech on the bench, when you have Kante on the bench today, you see what I'm saying? Werner on the bench. Thiago Silva, Chilwell, Kepa,
Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson. Oh, Jesus Lord.
That's a pretty good bench, man. That Chelsea squad is ridiculous.
Look, I'm willing to see the Van Dijk Lukaku thing because Lukaku, he bodied Arsenal today. And with Havertz and Mount, it's going to be a good contest. And, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. That's the match of the week, and I can't wait to see that game and see how it turns out. I know Liverpool are always up for the challenge, and even though we may think, Chelsea going to blow Liverpool away, Liverpool might just go and blow Chelsea away and really humble Chelsea. So it's a hard game to predict. It's not the easiest game to analyze. I don't think... We know what Tuchel's going to bring. We know what Klopp's going to bring. And it's hard to separate the two teams. Chelsea are European champions. We know Liverpool were recently European champions and Premier League champions. So it's caliber all over the place. So I'm not asking you to give a prediction, but from a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you picking up 3 points against Chelsea? And then we're going to move on.
Oh, that's a tough question. You put me on the spot right there. I'm going to say confident of getting a win. Is that correct? 7.5.
Okay, so you're pretty confident.
No, that's not like
that is 5, pretty confident.
The 10 would be like, oh yeah, we're gonna win this. A 7.5 is like I'm liking the way we're playing. That was our second half was the best football I've seen Liverpool play in a long time. I gotta say that right now. If we can play like that against Chelsea, we might win them. But watching how Chelsea played today, I really have no clue how this game is gonna go.
You're pretty confident, man. I think you're confident. Liverpool fans are very confident, and some of us might call them, I'm not saying you're delusional, but some of us might say they're delusional because their fans do not like to. I don't like to lose, but if I lose a game, I'll be like, yeah, whatever, man. I lose. Pep, whatever, Pep. But for Liverpool, oh, man, they lose, they're gone. You never see them. They're in hiding. They go on the rocks and they go into caves and bunkers and these things. They go out of space. You never see them for a while until they start winning again. But I'm looking forward for the contest. I'll make my predictions during the week. But look, just give us a show. We're here for entertainment. Please entertain us. All right? Thank you very much. Thanks for your thoughts on this this game that's coming up next match day, Mike. Forget about Burnley. It's all about Chelsea versus Liverpool. Forget that. And it will be at Anfield too, so it makes it even better for the Reds fans. Exactly. You guys are more confident at home.
Oh, yes.
So we touch on that game in terms of Liverpool's next game. Of course, they play Chelsea. And for Burnley, they do have Carabao Cup matches, and they play Newcastle. Then the next Premier League game will be against Leeds United. Listen, I'm about to go upstairs and deal with these people. They're making so much noise upstairs right about now. They know I'm here and I'm live, and they just have these kids upstairs running up and down. My son Liam, they just but it's all right, man. Guys, if you hear any little footsteps, man, distracting though.
If you hear any movements from my place, that's my dog. So
yeah.
Hey, it's a part of life, guys. This is how we do it. We're filming from our house. I'm living in an apartment in Finland. Dom's filming from New York in his house, I presume.
Yeah, I'm in my house, yeah.
There we go. This is the way it goes. We're not in some fancy-ass studio like in Sky Sports or BT where they have a green screen behind them. We don't have that. We bring you natural, feel-good stuff here on the Dominic Rich FC channel. Yep. And remember to hit the like button for this video, guys.
Well said. And guys, don't forget to check the description box. You could head on over to Mike's channel called Michael Talks Football. It's in the description box. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. And appreciate all the new subscribers, everyone who donated to the thing. I did see a super chat that I have to get to. Big up to Robbie Lewis. Hope you're still here. He says, can't believe how long it took Arteta to realize Chelsea was attacking his left flank. Even a dummy saw that. Oh, man, because Kieran Tierney was never back there. He was always playing as a winger as well. And Arsenal's defense are just, Pablo Mari, you have Holden. Look, we're gonna go right into that game. Let's talk
can
about
we please
that
talk
game.
about it?
Yeah, let's talk about that game. We're gonna talk about that game, and we don't have a lot of time. We have about 20 something minutes. You know what I mean? And we're going to touch on these last games, and then we're going to move on. But let me see. I don't want to forget any games. I forgot the Tottenham game last week. So just to run through, we did Liverpool, Burnley, we did Aston Villa, Newcastle, we did Crystal Palace, Brentford, Leeds, Everton. We got to talk about the Man City game. We got to talk about Southampton United. We have about 4 games left. So let's just run through these games really fast. Let's just touch on this game really quick. The Wolves 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Let's touch on this game. We don't have to spend crazy long on this one. But I actually watched this game live. I was watching 2 games at the same time, the Man United Southampton, which we're going to touch on real quick next, and the Tottenham Wolves. Just before we get into this, Dele Alli, 9th-minute penalty. That was not a penalty. I just want to put it out there. Dele Alli, you could see he stuck out his leg. Jose Sa was innocent. And Dele Alli, you cheated, bro. Just want to put it out there. People say it's clever or whatnot. Oh, and Raheem Sterling does it too. But Dele Alli, that's the referee should have saw that and give him a freaking yellow card. That was not a penalty. He stepped up. He put it away. Bam. You got fake dreads, Dele Alli. Whatever. And no disrespect to anybody with fake dreads or anything, man. But still. Whatever, man. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. We 5 away from 50 thumbs up. Do appreciate it. But Wolves lost the game, but I think Wolves were the better team on the day. We saw Harry Kane come off the bench. He did look lively. He looked threatening. But Wolves played the better football, and I don't understand why the best chances are always falling to Adama freaking Traore. Always Adama Traore, and he's the worst finisher in the team. And the best chances always fall to him. 1v1, bam, Lloris, save. You can't just flick. Look, bam, chip the man. Chip him. Soldanza planting, chip him. You see what I'm saying? You're going to smash. He's had 3 clear-cut chances in 2 games and have not scored any. Wolves should have got at least a point from this game. I think it has been a very harsh start to their season. 1-0 loss against Leicester, 1-0 loss against Tottenham, and they have not played that badly under their new boss, Bruno Lage, to pick up no points in 2 games. Let me know your thoughts, Mike. You could talk about Tottenham a little. Before we move, Tottenham did lose in the Conference League, by the way, guys. They lost in the Conference League, and they put in a bid for Pau Torres of 50 million euros, 50 million quids, and Pau Torres says, no, I want to play at a big club. I want to play Champions League football. Listen, I don't have any hate against Tottenham, but Tottenham are just funny, man. Seriously. Just want to put that out there.
They are a funny squad, Tottenham. But like you said, I mean, why does always the good chances fall to Adama Traore? I don't understand. He gets lucky to get the ball, and he's so good going past players, and his skill and his power and everything like that. But man, if he had a finishing touch, he would be one of the best players in the world. But he just doesn't. He just doesn't. He cannot finish his breakfast, his lunch, his dinner. He just can't fix it. He just can't. I just wish Adama Traore could actually score. For Wolves, like you said, they actually played really well in this game, I thought they pressed Tottenham really well. They got the ball in good position. Semedo actually had a good game, which is surprising to say during his Wolves career. He doesn't usually have good games. Tottenham looked a little bit shaky at the back sometimes, Davinson Sanchez. But they just can't get the ball in the back of the net. Maybe that will take time for Wolves, especially with Raúl Jiménez, who's now coming back from the horrific injury. And, big up to Raúl Jiménez actually playing football again, because that was a scary injury. I thought he would never play again after that sort of stuff. And then for Tottenham, I mean, they got a 1-0 win, another back-to-back 1-0 wins. They'll take it. Harry Kane, as you're showing now on the screen, he's back. I mean, Dom, I have a question for you. Out of a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you really want Harry Kane? Yes, I know he's a really good player, but how old is he? Is he 26, 27, something around that?
Free Kane. That's all I'm gonna say. Free Kane. Free Kane. He does not need to be playing for that club. Free Kane. He's been there long enough. He's had multiple chances. It's like you're with a girl for a very long time and there's no progress. You see what I'm saying? Just move on with your life, man. Just move on. You see what I mean? No progress. Nothing new is happening. No trophies. Just move on, man. Listen, Kane, you don't want to be a loser. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like Sha'Carri Richardson out here losing. You see what I'm saying?
Dissing the Jamaicans.
You wanna win things. You wanna win gold medal. You see what I'm saying? You wanna win gold. You wanna win freaking gold. Like Elaine Thompson. You don't wanna be like freaking Sha'Carri. So free Harry Kane. Tottenham are not winning any trophies. They probably gotta go for the big team when they play the second leg against Pacos Ferreira in order to get through. Because if they put out that squad again, they're done for. You see what I'm saying? Tottenham, great start to the season. 2 wins in 2. Big scalp. Manchester City also beat Wolves 1-0 in both games and very close margins. Look, Tottenham, I'm not saying they're not a good team. They're a good team, but that's just about it. They're just not that next level team like a Chelsea, a Liverpool, a City. You see what I'm saying? A Leicester City to a smaller extent, where Leicester are winning trophies. They won imagine Leicester win an FA Cup and they won the league, and they have not really invested as much as Tottenham has invested it. Look at the money they put in Ndombele, and look at him. He's done. He's about to leave the club. It's just funny, man. Listen, man, it is just funny. Look at Pochettino. He left Tottenham and went and won a trophy within days at PSG. Now he's managing Lionel Messi. Like, come on, that's signs. Look at Kyle Walker. Come on, man. Free Kane.
Maybe it is time to free Kane. No, I kind of see your point that, like, yes, he should leave to win trophies. But I'm kind of that guy who says, if you love a club, you stay there. But if you want to win trophies, you get the hell out of Spurs, because you know one thing, they haven't won any trophy since 2008 League Cup.
Exactly.
That's now that's going to be 14 years next year. So if you want to win a trophy, Harry Kane, you get the hell out of Spurs. If you don't,
about legacy. It's
exactly.
About legacy.
You need to build your legacy. You need to build your legacy. What do we always think about with the great players? We think about the trophies they've won, the Ballon d'Ors they've won. And Harry Kane has 0 of that. 0. Exactly. He has a fat donut. Now if he goes to the City, he's guaranteed a trophy. As a Liverpool fan, if Man City get Harry Kane, it's might be game over, because that's just too good of an attack to deal with.
It's over. I said it before the season start. We get Harry Kane with the chances that we create. It's done.
Yep.
100% over. Agree. I don't care about Chelsea and Lukaku. I don't care who Liverpool want to bring in. City get Kane, it's over. But they're playing games, man. They're playing games. It looks like Harry Kane might stay at Spurs. Let's say he stay at Spurs. I guarantee you Spurs will go trophyless again this season. Trophyless. And I know Harry Kane may not renew his contract. He might end up at Chelsea. You never know. Not Chelsea. Chelsea has Lukaku now. He might end up at Man United next season, because Man City might not be interested in him anymore. He might end up he just might end up, if he decides to move on from Tottenham, he might end up at United. I always see Kane playing for United. The whole City thing is new. I would love him. If it doesn't happen, whatever, man. Whatever. He would miss out. You know what I'm saying? Look, as I said, Wolves. Any thoughts on Wolves before we move on? We got 2 more games to touch on.
I just think Wolves, they just got to get some goal scoring. Raul Jimenez will get better. We know that. He's just got to get some game time. Trincao was actually really good, the Barcelona loanee for Wolves. Yeah. He played a really good game. Nelson Semedo, I said, he actually played probably his best game for Wolves. He was horrible last season. Nelson Semedo was absolutely atrocious for Wolves. His defending, his passing was horrible. He actually played a decent game today. If they just can get some goal scorers like Trincao, Adama Traore, they need to get Podence back. I think he's injured for Wolves. So if they can get these players, goal scorers, going, Wolves will be fine. They will be fine. They'll be about mid-table, 13-12, I say, somewhere around then.
Before we move on, man, shout out to my boy Japhet Tanganga, who got real roughed up today by Adama Traore. You want to take advantage of Raheem Sterling, small, puny Raheem Sterling. You want to bully Raheem Sterling. I didn't see you out there bullying Adama Traore and Marcel today. I didn't see that. Tanganga. All right, we could move on now with our lives. For real though, I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but I noticed that. I noticed these things.
Yeah, but Tanganga didn't have his best game, but they still kept the clean sheet, so it doesn't matter. Spurs, still got 2 wins, 2 goals, 0 conceded. They'll move on.
6 points. Oh, we gotta give shout outs to Nuno Espirito Santo. I have to look. Yep. I'm disrespecting Spurs and all. But I gotta give him credit though. I gotta give him credit, man. Listen, Nuno, big figure, and I really like that he had the opportunity coming up against his old team, and he now has that psychological edge over Wolves going forward. He moved up, he moved on to bigger things, and he was rewarded. So I wish him well. Maybe I don't wish Spurs well, but I wish Nuno well. So we're just going to touch on the next fixtures and move on. We got 2 more games. We got 2 Manchester games to touch on. We're going to do that fast, and I'm going to let you go, all right?
Still got the Arsenal game, too. Remember that?
Oh, God, these... we got 3 games. Let's run through these games. But Wolves play Forest next and in the EFL Cup, and then they have Manchester United. Things are not getting easier for Wolves at all. They could start 3-0 in the league this season. As for Tottenham... their next game will be against Watford. Then they have Palace, then Chelsea, and Arsenal. Big games coming up, man. Big games. So, look, since we're going to be... I don't want to be too long. So, let us just touch on the game. We leave the Chelsea game for last. Let's talk about Man City 5, Norwich 0. Not a whole lot to talk about here. You see what I'm saying? Norwich got blown away after losing 3-0 to Liverpool. Tim Krul own goal. Then he had Jack Grealish, first goal for Manchester City. Congratulations, Grealish, getting the monkey off your back. A lot of people want to see you fail, but you're going to just shine, man. That perpetual light will continue to shine. Emerick Laporte with a goal in the 64th minute. Raheem Sterling off the bench in the 71st. And Riyad Mahrez off the bench in the 84th. Big up to Gabi Jesus, who was the man of the match for me. Let me see if they actually give him man of the match here. Nah, they give it to Jack Grealish. But man of the match, Gabi Jesus, that's official. That I don't know about this Budweiser man of the match thing. That must be something else. King of the match, that's something else. But Ruben Diaz, what an assist for that freaking Mahrez goal, though. City, they were imperious, they were lively, and they were buzzing. They look good. And you know the Manchester B, that's why I say buzzing. They look good. Bouncing back from that loss against Tottenham Hotspur. I feel really good. If you guys want to hear more of my thoughts on this game, I did put out a separate video on this. So please do me a favor and go check it out. Show it some love. Took my time. I broke it down. I'm happy. I'm happy with all that I saw. All the players, I'm happy with the performance. I don't have to curse Mendy. I don't have to curse Nathan Ake. I'm good. I don't have to curse at Ferran Torres. These guys were good under the. Everyone who featured in the game, they were actually good. And I'm happy. Pep, the thing I don't understand with Pep, Mike, is that when he's supposed to play this team against Tottenham Hotspur, he put out the experimental team. So that team that we played against Tottenham would have beat Norwich. I know that. But the team he put out against the quality of Tottenham, that's why we lost. You know what I'm saying? We got sunned. We got sunned hard. You
got sunned, that's for sure. But, I mean, that's the thing with Pep. He just overthinks everything. He did that with the Champions League final. He did that against Lyon when he played the 5-in-the-back formation against Lyon a couple of years ago in the Champions League. He did that against Spurs last week. He just loves these experiments. I don't know why. But in this game, let's just forget about this. This is Norwich. I'm sorry. I love Norwich. You know me. I'm a Temo Pukki guy. Quick fact. Pukki in Finnish, if you translate it to English, means goat. So Temo Pukki is the actual goat of football. So we'll move on from that. But Norwich, they're in big trouble. But their season starts next week. They had Liverpool first game. They had Man City in this game. They knew they were not going to win these two games. They knew it. Their season starts next week, and hopefully Norwich can bounce back, and hopefully my guy Thelma Bookie can bounce back. For Man City, you know what's really interesting, Don?
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel Jesus might be a good right winger. He might be a good right winger.
I think we have found Gabriel Jesus's position, right wing, because listen, it's like he had wings on the day. He was flying up and down the left flank, and Giannoulis, the left back, it was Gabi Jesus's right flank, Giannoulis left flank. They had to take him off at halftime. They had to take him off. He was having a horror show. They had to do that for his career. If he had stayed on, his career would have been over at the end of the game. They would have just say, "Hey, man, we got to terminate your contract now." And, we called FIFA and we told them that you can't play football anymore because you got washed by Jesus. You got washed hard. So, but he was good.
Sorry, I want to interrupt you, but I just wanted to say that the Jack Grealish goal, and I think it was the Sterling goal, they were identical. They were exactly the same type of goal.
Identical.
Kyle Walker picks up the ball, kind of close to right center back position. And then he just puts in a ball in between this left back of Norwich and the center back of Norwich. Gabriel Jesus makes that run. He puts in a low cross, and Jack Grealish fumbled it in, and Sterling had a tap in. And I mean, it was pretty pathetic defending by Norwich, and they cannot do that all season. Otherwise, they're going to struggle like they did a couple of seasons ago. I hope they don't struggle. I hope Norwich stay up just because of my guy Boki. But it might be a long season for Norwich, and hopefully they can just buy some defenders, please. They just need some defenders.
I made one prediction so far. Norwich is going down. That's it. That's my only prediction so far. I didn't predict who's going to win, but I know Norwich, they're going down. Sorry, Norwich fans, but 2 games, 8 goals, that's a clear indication. If you need a clearer indication, is that Norwich are going down. Sorry. But look, big up to Kyle Walker. I like that his creative side of his game has improved, because this has to be something from the training ground. Look at the run Gabriel Jesus made, and it's identical, as you said. And the Ruben Diaz pass to freaking Mahrez. Oh my, listen, enough people are not talking about this. You see what I'm saying? Enough people are not talking. That was an exquisite lofted pass. Mahrez the run. The Norwich defense just drawn out like a moth to a flame. And Mahrez run the opposite way. And Tim Krul, oh man, feel sorry for him. But it was a really good performance, man, and it was just too much. The last time we played Norwich, we did beat them 5-0 as well after they beat us 3-2 early on in the season. When they had, the Pookie party and the Pookie party.
No Pookie, no party. I have that t-shirt. I should have worn that, actually, but nah, they lost 5-0.
Yeah, and guys, by the way, if you don't know, Mike is from Finland. That's why he loves Teemu Pukki so much, you know what I'm saying? But look, man, overall, I expected to win this, and it was a good performance, but I think we have to stay consistent. And if we don't get Harry Kane, we don't get Harry Kane. Or Man City going to go in for another striker if the Harry Kane deal breaks down. I would love if that happens, because it's proved to be a great thing last season when Ruben Diaz actually was bought. He wasn't the first choice. And we were going in for Koulibaly, we were going in for Jules Koundé, and we didn't get any of these players. And bam, we got Ruben Diaz, player of the season and everything, and we won the title, got to the Champions League final. We did lose, but it's all right. And big up to Ankit in the chat. Yeah, we did lose to Ankit's team, Chelsea, but it is what it is. We're going to move on and don't stress about that too much. But overall, a quality performance by City. Not so much by Norwich. We don't want to stay too long on this one. Man City has Arsenal next. We're going to talk about the Arsenal game as well. And it ain't going to be, it's going to get ugly. I'm going to make an early, it's going to get ugly for Arsenal. That Arsenal team, they cannot stand, listen, that Arsenal team, they see what happened against Chelsea. What do you think is going to happen against City? What do you think is going to happen when they meet a Liverpool?
Man City?
They cannot. No, I mean Arsenal.
Arsenal. Yeah, they just cannot defend. They
Mike,
cannot
don't,
defend.
Mike,
It's going to be horrible.
Mike, it's October 3rd, bro. Calm. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. It's October 3rd. You could chill.
Hey,
All
gotta
right?
start overthinking about the ways that Pep will overthink his lineup and F it up against Klopp and Liverpool. I just got to think about that situation. But for Arsenal against Man City, I mean, get the graveyard ready, man. This is Arsenal fans. They're gonna need more tissues. This is not gonna get well for them. I'm sorry, Arsenal. I feel really bad. To be honest, I don't really hate Arsenal as a club. Yes, their fans can be annoying. I really just hate their owner. I think Stan Kroenke. Can I say a swear word here on this channel?
Yeah, sure.
He's a dickhead.
Well said. Well said.
He's a
and
dickhead.
You know, earlier you said don't. Oh, I don't want to interrupt you. If you have something great to say, please interrupt me before you forget.
I just didn't want to be rude. Sorry, man.
Nah, we good, man. We good. So look, for Norwich, their next game is against Leicester City. Things ain't gonna get easier for Norwich, man. You know, as I said, they going down. You know what I'm saying? Like Mary J. Blige, they going down. And we're going to move on, Mike. We're going to move on. We have 2 more games to talk about. We're not going to stay long. I know you and I talked about an hour and a half. We might just have to push it 5 extra minutes. But let's talk about Southampton versus Man United. That one won't take forever. And then touch it off with Arsenal versus Chelsea. So I'm going to let you do the honors and go first. But before you do, just talk about the goal. Fred own goal in the 38th minute. Really good shot by Che Adams. And we had Pogba setting up Mason Greenwood in the 55th minute for the equalizer. I actually think Southampton deserved to win this game, though. What do you think?
I agree with you. And I got to say one thing right away. Man United will not win the league with Matic, Fred, and McTominay at the CDM role. They will not. Dom, how many times did Matic and Fred give up the ball today? I really want to know. They gave up the ball so much. It was unbelievable. Fred can't even complete a pass from 3 yards out. He puts it 10 yards away for a throw-in. Matic giving the ball away in horrible positions outside of his own box. I mean, the passing today from Man United was horrible. Yes, it might look good on the passing accuracy stats that, oh, yeah, they were really good, but they passed a lot in the back and through the midfield. But once they tried to pass it forward, it was over. They could not do anything. Fernandes had a great game last week, and everybody was bigging him up and saying he was better than De Bruyne. Well, he came back to earth and said, all right, I'm not better than him.
Let me interrupt you. Their passing accuracy was actually horrible. 79% passing accuracy. While for Man City against Norwich, a 93%. 93. You see what I'm saying? Even Norwich City passed the ball in their loss better than United with an 84% pass accuracy. Look, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this one as a duet. Okay. Look, Man United. I know City lost against Tottenham, but that's Tottenham, and I know Southampton always trips up one of the big teams. You know, they trip up. They beat City recently. They beat Liverpool last season, and we know they got 9-0 against United, but they were supposed to beat United today. They played better. The United we saw against Leeds United never showed up. I was like, I expected a blowout today. I didn't expect a 9-0, but my prediction was actually, let me just get my prediction. A 4-1 win for United. But what I saw today was a toothless United. Bruno Fernandes did absolutely nothing in this game. Nothing. Pogba, he tried. He picked up the assist, 5 assists now in the league. Greenwood, he scored a goal. These guys did. Sancho came on. He didn't really do nothing. You know what I mean? He didn't really do nothing. Martial, so as you said, you cannot win a title with Fred. You can't win a title with McFred and Nemanja Matic in the midfield. I don't know why they keep extending these guys' contracts. These guys are stealing for a living. Matic, stealing for a living. I could understand Mata. He's a quality player, but he doesn't play. You see what I'm saying? If it wasn't for David De Gea today, Southampton win the game.
Yep.
So big up to David De Gea, who's under immense pressure. Look, I see Mr. Ankit in the chat here. He's mentioning Livramento. This guy, he was running past the Man United players like if they wasn't even there. Big up to Livramento. I think he's only still 18 years old.
Yep. 2003 born.
Yeah, big up to Perrault as well, the left back. And now I realize why Livramento is playing ahead of Kyle Walker-Peters. Now I understand, because I was like, why? Because you know Kyle Walker-Peters is a good player. Big up to Lupe, by the way. And I was like, what is Hassan Hutter thinking? And I see what Hassan Hutter is thinking now, because you have what's the let me just get the center. I always forget this guy's name, the center back there. Stevens. Jack Stevens playing with Salisu. Salisu looked good, a couple good blocks. Bednarek's not even starting. They sold Vestager. They're like, we're good. I think Southampton could be in trouble this season, but maybe that's just an assumption that I should not make, because they got some quality in their team still. Genepo, Ward-Prowse, Romeo. Adam Armstrong was very, very busy. Armstrong should have scored. If it wasn't for De Gea, Armstrong should have scored. Southampton should have won this game. Man United are the greatest pretenders of this day and age.
They are. They
greatest
really are.
Pretenders. And I expected them to Swiss cheese up Southampton, but they give Southampton a lot of confidence, picked up a point. Ralph Hassan Hutter celebrated the damn thing like it was a victory.
He did, honestly. He really did.
Yeah. And I feel for Ralph, because I don't want them to sack him. He's a good manager, and he's done a lot for the club. And you could just see the victory, man. That was a big victory, even though it's only a draw. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, once you're at the club, United, they're going to just bask in mediocrity until they come to their senses and they be like, oh, you know what, man, I think this is the wrong move. Look, let me know your thoughts. Let me know the rest of your thoughts, and then we're going to move on, finish off today's segment. I do plan to continue and talk a bit more about some other leagues and what's going on. And I do have another guest to hop on and help me with that. But it's late over in Finland, and Mike has to probably hit the sheets. You got work tomorrow?
Damn right I do.
Exactly. So let me know your thoughts. Let's wrap up on United. Then we're going to talk quickly about Arsenal, Chelsea, and then you could say your farewells until next time. Yeah.
Can I just, for end of this, for this game at least, that Martial, he got the haircut. Maybe he was trying to look like Thierry Henry back in the day, but my God, he played like, who did he play like? Like Andy Carroll. He really did. He was horrible, Anthony Martial. And I just, he used to be a good player. He scored on his debut against Liverpool, and Man United fans, my friends, they always remind me, Martial scored in his debut against Liverpool. I'm like, what has he done? What has he done? And what has Man United done in the last 4 to 5 years? Yes, I know they're big. They're the biggest club in England. They're the biggest club, I would say. They're neck and neck with Liverpool pretty much on amount of trophies. But when you haven't won a trophy in 4 or 5 years, what does that tell you? There's not a winning mentality in this squad yet. Can they do that? Possibly. I think Bruno Fernandes can actually bring this to the squad. You can tell Bruno Fernandes he actually has passion and he wants to win games. Yes, he might be a little bit extra with his diving and his talking to the referee, but he wants to win the game. I think that's what Man United fans want. They want a winner. Pogba shows that sometimes. He doesn't show it like on the field, but I'm pretty sure Pogba wants to win games. Now, can Varane bring that winning mentality? He definitely can. He's won Champions Leagues 3 times in a row. Can Sancho bring that? He's a young player. He's a dynamic player. My only question mark for Man United is they got to get better CDM players, 100%. Maybe they should get Bosuma from Brighton. I think that would be if they got him, that would be a great signing for them. And then they need, if Cavani's not fully fit, they need a striker. Yes, there's Mason Greenwood who could play striker role, but he's kind of, I think Mason Greenwood prefers maybe playing out wide. I think he prefers much more of that because then he can cut in and take on players. Whereas the striker, you need to make more, what can I say really? Just more elegant runs, basically. You need to think about where you're running. Whereas if you're on the wing, you receive the ball and you just go at the players. So I think Man United just need to number 9 after Cavani, and they need definitely CDM players, 100%. If they don't get these CDM players in this transfer window, they will not win the league. If they can still, be second and they're maybe 3 or 4 points by the time it's a January transfer window, if they get a CDM player then, they can maybe challenge for the title. But for now, I'll hold my thoughts. This is usually United. They don't start the season well in the last couple of seasons. So Southampton, they gave the performance of their lives today, at least for Hasenhüttl. And you saw when you were talking about his reaction after the game, that it was really emotional. It was kind of the same thing last year when he beat Klopp 1-0. Remember that? He was really emotional about it, crying, and he went on his knees.
Season ended after that.
Yep. So hopefully it doesn't end for Southampton today, but time will tell.
Well said. And before we do move on to the final Premier League match today, I have to mention this. Manchester United are now unbeaten in their last 27 away Premier League games, winning 17, drawing 10, equaling the longest away unbeaten run in the history of the English top flight, set by Arsenal between April 2003 and September 2004. So, listen, man, I know I'm a City fan. I don't like United, but look, fair is fair, man. Congratulations to United. They've been a very, very good away team. I don't know too much about what they do at Old Trafford. What happened when the last time Liverpool played Man United at Old Trafford? What happened?
4-2. 4-2.
Exactly.
With Reece Williams and Nathaniel Phillips at the back.
Exactly. That's the same thing that's the same thing I'm trying to say. Manchester United are the epitome of inconsistency. Search inconsistency right now in Google. You're going to see Manchester United with Ole, the whole team picture. You know those big team pictures with everybody in there? One of those are going to pop up. They're so inconsistent. They can't win the league. Look at what Liverpool does. Look at what City does. And Liverpool, 68 unbeaten at home. They won the league. City, how many games we went last season? We broke records. We won the league. United, do that. You got to do that at home too. You can't be on the road doing the business and you at the end of the season you have absolutely nothing but semifinals to show for it. You see what I'm saying? You have crumbs to show for it. But look, we won't stay too long on this one. One more to go. We've done pretty good. You know what I mean? Usually I take a long time. I take my time. I'm talking to the people in the chat. Big up to everybody in the chat, by the way. You guys are appreciated. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the stream. We got 57 thumbs up, guys. We can get to 100. If you haven't yet liked the video, smash the thumbs up button, guys. We have one more to review. Let's get these likes up. Let's get the stream to 100 thumbs up. I really, really appreciate that. That's the least you can do, man. You know, you can come through, listen, and like the video. And thanks to all the people who dropped super chats in the stream today as well. You guys are definitely the real deal. Holyfield. So, Mike, Southampton, their next game is against Newport County in the EFL Cup. Then they play Newcastle United. They could exploit Newcastle's bad start of the season and maybe pick up a win. For United, they play Wolves in their next game.
Tough match.
I think they'll be all right. It's an away game. Look, Last but not least, the game that we've all been waiting for. Okay, before we talk about this game, though, we have one more game playing tomorrow. We won't stay too long on this, but this game right there, West Ham versus Leicester. Who you got winning this one?
I think I had a draw for this. This is actually West Ham. They really are a surprising team. Now they're going to be in the Europa League this season. They didn't have to play in the playoff and lose to some Romanian squad like they did when they were in the Europa League last time. So for this game, I think I went with a 2-2 or 2-1 win for Leicester. But I just don't know how David Moyes has changed his career. He was laughed at after Manchester United, and now he's at West Ham. He got sacked the first time there, comes back, gets them Europa League football with Lingardinho, and now he's got Benrahma, who hopefully has a good season, because I don't think he scored last season, Benrahma, at all, if I'm not mistaken. And now he got a goal in the first game. So if they can get Benrahma scoring and Fornals going, West Ham will get another top 10 finish, guaranteed. And for Leicester, I just want to see Patsendaka. I just want to see this guy. That's my selfish self. Yeah. I love Patsendaka. He scored so many goals for RB Salzburg in the Austrian Bundesliga. But I think Leicester, they're guaranteed fifth position because everybody else behind them, they're not good enough to reach their type of quality. And Leicester, they have quality all over the pitch, to be honest. They have a world-class keeper in Kasper Schmeichel. That five in the back formation that they play is going to frustrate teams as well, especially against the big teams. They're going to frustrate them big time when they play that formation. I think last game they played a four in the back formation, but I can guarantee you when they play Liverpool, Man City, United, they will switch that five in the back formation and they will use the pace of Vardy and maybe Patsandaka or then Iheanacho, who is a goal-scoring machine right now. But for this game, I think it's a really even game, to be honest. I have no clue where this can go. This can go for the Bubbles of West Ham or the Foxes for Leicester. And it's now back at the Olympic Stadium, which, I mean, I don't really care for that Olympic Stadium. I don't think it's built for football. That's my opinion. But I think this... what can I say? 2-2. Let's go with the 2-2 for this game. I can't remember what I had.
I can't remember what I wrote down too. I didn't actually get to it. I was doing some notes. I didn't get to that one. I fell asleep that night and I just winged it during the prediction. But I think I want to do a watch along for this game tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I'll see. If I pop up with a watch along, guys, I pop up with a watch along. Let's see. But we're going to move on to the last one, and I'm going to let Mike go and get some rest. Arsenal 0, Chelsea 2, with goals from King Romelu Lukaku in the 15th minute, set up by Reece James. And Reece James bagged one of his own in the 35th minute, set up by Mason. Ain't no mounting high enough. Listen, man. Listen. This Chelsea team is no joke, man. This team is no joke. But, Mike, I'm going to let you talk.
Oh, I mean, where do I start? Let me start off with Chelsea. Then I'll rip Arsenal. For Chelsea, they were absolutely fantastic in this game, I thought. I thought Romelu Lukaku took Pablo Mari's life away from him. He absolutely destroyed him. Look at the first goal. Pablo Mari tries to pull him down. He falls because Lukaku is just so much bigger and stronger. Oh, Romelu Lukaku is a different player. I don't think people understand that. If you watch the Serie A, I watched it a lot last season, Serie A. Romelu Lukaku is a completely different player than his time at Man United and Everton. Do you know, actually, Dom, this is Romelu Lukaku's first goal for Chelsea?
This is his first goal. Because
I think so.
They always loaned him out.
Yep, West Brom.
And they did loan him to Everton too. And then Everton bought him. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. This is his second coming. And another important thing we have to note for Romelu Lukaku, I think he scores on his debut for all his clubs as well. So that is something very important.
I'll continue. So the trio of Havertz, Mount, and Lukaku, that's a pretty dangerous trio, I must say.
Scary, man. Scary.
Because Mount and Havertz, they kind of pick up those pockets of space in between the midfielders and the central defenders for Arsenal in this game especially. They just found those little pockets of space and they brought the ball and they just... Reece James, my God, this guy was an absolute machine today, just constantly going down the wing, getting the goal, getting the assist. He was a beast, Reece James. Kudos to him, man. Now his sister plays at Chelsea as well.
Yeah. You know what it is too? It's Lukaku. Lukaku was drawing the defenders to him. Lukaku was holding up the ball so well. Both the goals, Lukaku was involved in a Reece James goal as well. He flicked the ball on. He held off the defender, flicked the ball on. The ball got to Reece James, bam, in the back of the net. But Lukaku, his runs, very, very good. His hold-up play, very, very good. I even saw his leadership qualities coming out because he's very vocal. He keeps talking. Pointing to players where to go. And these are things that we have to actually pick up on in games and why players are playing so well. A confident player is always going to give you better results. Lukaku is a confident player. He only came back to Chelsea because he knew he was going to do the business. He got to the point where he's comfortable with himself, with his ability when he was over in Italy. Italy was too easy for him. He bodied Italy. It was too easy.
Yep.
He delivered Inter, well, with the help of his teammates, of course, a Scudetto, something that they couldn't achieve in years. It was all Juventus. Lukaku did that. He said, okay, enough with this. This is too easy. Let me go back to Chelsea and conquer where I failed to conquer in the past in terms of winning things or getting the ratings I deserved. And from what we could tell from the start here, it's gonna be, listen, when he play against these smaller teams, if he continues in this vein of form, it could get really ugly really fast. And Chelsea are looking like serious contenders. They paid a lot of money for the man, almost £100 million. They paid a lot of money for him, and he was absolutely on the money, and he showed why they signed him for that much. Look, I know it's hype. It's hyped up. It's a first game, but let's see if it continues. If he don't, well, we'll talk about that then. But what the indication we got from him today is that he's going to be on fire, man. I think Tuchel came in and just transformed this Chelsea team in leaps and bounds. He made Frank Lampard look like an absolute novice.
Yep.
He took the players that Frank Lampard did not want to use and used them. You know how insulting that is?
It's so insulting. That just shows the experience that Thomas Tuchel has compared to Frank Lampard. Thomas Tuchel has experience working with high-class players at Borussia Dortmund. Frank Lampard, unfortunately, he didn't. He was a club legend, but Roman Abramovich doesn't care if you're a club legend. He will get rid of you. He brought in Thomas Tuchel, he was done dirty at PSG, in my opinion. Exactly. And then they became Champions League. Always Chelsea. Exactly. They sack their manager and they'll win the Champions League. They did that with Di Matteo as well. But, I mean, this Chelsea squad. And then we talked about the bench. Look at the bench of Chelsea today. Timo Werner, who they just paid 60-something million last season. Hakim Ziyech, Thiago Silva, N'Golo Kante. Who else did they have? Chilwell, Kurt Zouma, Trevor Chalobah, who had a great game last week. Kepa, who's the best goalkeeper in the world, or was. Then Callum Hudson-Odoi. I mean, just that bench is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
We could say before anybody in the chat say, "Oh, what he just the best goalkeeper in the world?" I think he meant the most expensive goalkeeper in the world.
I was being more sarcastic with Kepa because. Sorry, guys.
I didn't even pick up on the sarcasm. Man.
I said it too quickly. Yes, I gotta state that was more sarcasm about Kepa because he denied not going off the pitch with Sarri. But anyways.
But look at the bench compared to Arsenal's bench.
Ridiculous. Look at this. There's Thiago Silva, who's a world-class defender. Yes, he's getting older, but he's going to get better. Kurt Zouma, he could probably leave the club. Ben Chilwell. Marcos Alonso is somehow back. Ridiculous. And N'Golo Kante, we know he's going to start. That's a guarantee. Chalobah, he's only going to get better. Hakim Ziyech, I've always loved Hakim Ziyech at his time from Ajax. I think he's a quality player. Timo Werner. Then there's Christian Pulisic as well, and he just got COVID. I mean, what can we say about this Chelsea squad? This is
monstrosity.
It's a monstrosity. You are exactly correct. Now it's about Arsenal. Actually, first thing, Dom, you know, Chelsea actually made a profit this summer with all the players that they sold. They actually made a profit, and they signed Lukaku. I mean, what a business by Chelsea.
It's great business. It's great business. And they still have players who they could sell on in the future. Guys like Bakayoko could get sold on in the future.
I think he's going to AC Milan.
Yeah, and he's still out on loan. There's still a few more players that they could actually. There's Conor Gallagher. There's Billy Gilmore, who they might sell on eventually. So Chelsea, they're just churning out these players, man. Look at the youth academy. Look at Guehi. Look at Livramento. All these guys say, hey, man, I'm going to just move on and play for another team because I ain't going to get into that team. I know we're talking up Chelsea a lot, but you got to give them the respect. They're champions of Europe. Don't forget that. They're champions of Europe. They have won multiple Premier League titles, and they are looking damn good. So good that Werner and Havertz came out and said, okay, now we weren't comfortable in England at first. We weren't playing well. We're good now. Yep. We got the boy TT with us, and TT actually calmed our nerves, and we're good now, all right? We're good. We're settled.
All right. Now it's time for Arsenal.
I
Oh
think
my!
look. I don't think you should even say anything else.
I,
That is
I
good
think
enough.
I think we need a minute of silence for Arsenal
Listen,
and
no,
their play
what?
today.
The laugh is just good enough. We don't even need to talk anything else because what's going on over there is just a mess.
They have spent the most money this summer. What did they
As
buy?
look, Mike. As a matter of fact, Arsenal is so bad. Listen, Arsenal is so bad, right? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you just talk about Arsenal. I'll be back.
You're gonna be back.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
All right, guys, here we go. You guys let me know in the comments your thoughts of the Arsenal performance today. Oh, what an absolute shocker from Arsenal today. First off, the lineup. What can you do? Aubameyang just coming back from COVID, not the greatest thing. They're trying to play Martinelli at a false nine. That did not work whatsoever. They didn't try and press Chelsea at all. They had a good start, actually, Arsenal. First 10 minutes, they were pressing Chelsea well. They created some chances from that. Saka, he should have done better with his chance, but he was overthinking it, really. All right. Then for the defending for the first goal. Why, oh why, oh why is Kieran Tierney so tucked in with the center back, giving so much space? Just the horrible defending I saw today. Pablo Mari was really shocking from Pablo Mari. Should have done better. He was just manhandled by Lukaku. Lukaku ate him up like he was nothing. Holding, we all know about Holding. Not a good enough defender. Cedric Soares, not good enough. Bernd Leno, he actually pulled off some good saves. The Lukaku header, he did well with that. Granit Xhaka gave up the ball way too many times today. Lokonga, he's a promising young midfielder. I'll give it to him. But you guys, let me know in the comments, what would you do better for this Arsenal squad? They need a lot of things right now. They need Jesus, first off. They need somebody to save this club. Honestly, they did play well, just not defensively. I agree with that. But they did not keep the ball at all, Arsenal. Look, if you look at the stats, and obviously you don't want to look too much into stats, but if you look at the stats, what do they have? 40% ball possession? You have to try and keep the ball. Isn't Arteta from the school of thought of Pep Guardiola? We need to keep the ball. We need to try and press teams out. We need to recover the ball in good, dangerous positions to go at teams. That's the way Arsenal should play, but they just don't have the players to do it. And we'll look at their signings. All right, Ben White, 50 million. Lokonga, I think 30 million, decent enough signing. Ramsdale, 35 million for Ramsdale. What? 35 million for what? He is not a good player. Okay, he's a good shot stopper, but if Arteta wants to play out of the back, do you think Ramsdale is going to do that? I don't think so. He got relegated with Bournemouth. He got relegated with Sheffield United. That's not going to work. They brought in Nuno Tavares. He's a bit of a backup for Tierney.
You said something really nice there. I could just jump in and say, and if Arsenal continued this way, he's going to get relegated with Arsenal too.
It might be. This is a good point, actually. They might need to change formation.
Bro, remember, didn't Wolfsburg win remember Wolfsburg won the Bundesliga?
Yep, 08-09 with
Exactly.
Grafite and Dzeko up top.
And what almost happened to them 2 years in a row?
They got relegated.
Almost got relegated. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a far-fetched thought seeing how Arsenal are playing right now. I know it might sound ridiculous, but if they keep playing like this, they definitely going to be down there. They're definitely going to be down there. And I know it might sound like, damn, that ain't going to happen. Arsenal are too big. But they're not playing good football. You see what I'm saying? And you're touching on the signings. They brought in Odegaard. I don't think Odegaard really moved the needle. You see what I'm saying? They need a player. They're trying, but maybe they're just not attractive enough. Partey, and they brought in who you call it there? Not Pepe. That's what.
Nicholas.
And these guys have not done anything. Tierney, I know he's playing well, but Arsenal have spent a lot of money in the last 5 years. I know people like to talk about, oh, Man City, this. I think I saw something that Arsenal spent about 750. I might be wrong, but they spent a lot of money over the last few years.
They have. They really have spent a lot of money.
Remember, Arsene Wenger used to get the players for cheap and turn them into really good players. But they started drifting away from that whole policy and buying big-name players. You see what I'm saying? And they've already spent Arsenal have already spent more than the whole of La Liga, I'm pretty sure, this season. Almost like the whole of La Liga this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike, just, finish off what you're saying, and, I mean, you could go,
Yeah. No, I just, this is not, this, they have Man City next week. God, this is going to get worse for Arsenal. I really feel bad for Arsenal fans. Yes, they can be annoying, but they deserve much better than what they're getting right now from the squad. And the big question is, Dom, how much time do you give Arteta? When do you say, you know what, this is not working, we need to go a new direction? It's just, we tried it. We tried an inexperienced manager. We tried Emery. It didn't work. Let's give Arteta a try. He's been an assistant for Pep. Let's give it a try.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know if he knows what he's doing. He really doesn't think. I don't think he knows the tactics that he wants to play. It seems like their only way of attacking is we're going to get it out wide, left back to Tierney, and he's going to cross it in. That's the only way I've seen them attack, really. Pepe was a baller for Leo, and I really like Pepe. But, man, I think the price tag has gone into his head a little bit. Like, they paid $75 million, but he's just not showing up right now, and it's kind of sad to see because I know how good of a player he can be.
Yeah.
But I just think the $75 million price tag on him has gone into him, and maybe the squad is just not good enough anymore.
That's the thing with Arsenal. I don't think the decision making at the club is good. They're making some horrible decisions. And when you look at what other teams are doing, big up to Rachel in the house, man. Arsenal spent $135 million for crap, for a lack of better word. You're spot on. You're spot on. Rachel, it's nice to see you in here, man. Appreciate that. Because look, $135 million could do wonders.
Could buy Harry Kane.
Wonders. Could buy you Kane. But if Arsenal were really doing their homework, if they were really taking their time with what they're doing, they could get some quality players for $135 million. That's a lot of money, bro. Just give me $2 million and I'm good. Arsenal, just give me $2 million and I'm good, man. You won't see me again. Listen, that's a lot of money. For what? For what? Lokonga, I think. Listen. Look at the price they paid for him, right? He could be a good player, but why not go in for that Bissouma? You see what I'm saying? Why not do a double swoop at Brighton and take Bissouma? I think Ben White is a quality center back, but who's gonna partner him? Not Pablo Mari. Yeah, but Gabriel is injured right now. I forgot about him. He's already a forgotten man.
Yeah.
He was brought in for big money as well, about 25 mil, and bam, he's injured. Look at that. They bring in Cedric, they bring in Willian, they bring in David Luiz. All of these players are stealing for a living. Basically, stealing for a living. But look, Mike, just to finish off this one, man. I know you gotta go. I want to have you back another time. You did a great job. You know what I'm saying?
Can I just add one more thing about this game? Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but why does Arteta? You have Maitland-Niles. We know Maitland-Niles isn't the greatest right back, but surely he's better than Cedric Suarez and Bellerin. I don't understand why Maitland-Niles doesn't get a shout. He's a quality player. Emma Smith-Rowe, who you have now in the screen, he needs a player that can nurture him, basically. Give him experience. You got to say, hey, in these situations, you got to handle like that. There's nobody in the club with experience.
Xhaka.
I don't want to hear about Xhaka. I love him at the Euros. He was a baller against France, but in the Premier League, it's too quick for him. I'm sorry, it's just too quick for Xhaka. He doesn't know how to get the ball quickly out of his feet. International football, yes, you can do that. It's much more slower pace, and you have time to think about your decision making. In the Premier League, you got to go boom, 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 get the ball out quickly. Xhaka can't do that, unfortunately. He has to go. But he can't because he just re-signed a contract. He's now re-signed for 4 years, Granit Xhaka.
Yeah.
Like you see, the Arsenal decision-making. Edu, I think he's sporting director, whatever he is, whoever is making these decisions, they need to be sacked immediately, honestly.
The thing too, Mike, is the fact that they're not playing Champions League. Players want to play Champions League. You see what I'm saying? They're not even playing Europa League. So, say, for example, you wanted to go in for a player like Marcel Sabitzer. You can't even get him because he's not going to leave a Leipzig in the Champions League where he can even go to Bayern Munich. They're interested in him to go to play for Arsenal. You see what I'm saying? So even if you're buying within the league, within the Premier League, you got to buy better. You got to buy a lot better. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got to do a lot better. You gotta buy better. And they're just suspect, man. Seriously.
Yeah, it's just
They just
somebody said
suspect.
in the comments Zakaria. Yeah, Zakaria could be a decent shout out for Arsenal, but I think there's no European football for Arsenal. I was really thinking, okay, they don't have European football. This is how you rebuild. This is how Liverpool rebuilt. We were crap for a couple of years, and we slowly rebuilt the squad. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe Arsenal can do the same thing this year. What happened? It didn't happen, unfortunately. And Arsenal, it's sad. And then they're playing Man City next week. It could be 5-0 if they don't have Ben White or any Gabriel. He's still, I think, injured until September, if I'm not mistaken. They need to get some players, but they already spent 150 million. It's going to be a long season for Arsenal fans. I'm sorry, guys. I feel really bad for you. But at the same time, it's going to be fantastic to watch AFTV and Troops and all those guys.
Look, Mike, it was fun, man. It was fun.
Yep,
And
I gotta go.
as we mentioned, Arsenal, they play City next. Big game. Big game. And for Chelsea, they play Liverpool. Two big games next weekend, and we are looking forward to those. And guys, Mike, I appreciate it, man. You know, you're in Finland right now, 7 hours ahead. It's midnight right now. And we talked before and we said no more than an hour, well, an hour 30 to 2 hours maybe, yeah. And we've done that. We've done that. So I think we did a great job today. And I want to just stay on and talk about the other leagues. So I was supposed to be joined by my boy Steve. But I see Steve in the studio. Steve's in his car. Steve, what are you doing in your car, man? I thought you were going to be home. And you know what I'm saying? He's in your car. He's in his car. So, yeah, let's see if Steve joins. I could bounce out of here right now, but I want to actually just discuss what's going on in La Liga and the other leagues really quick and then just call it a day. So,
You
look,
should.
man. Look, guys, Mike's link would be in the description box down below. Subscribe to his channel. Mike, what do you want to say to the people before you go?
I just want to say thank you, Dom, for letting me come onto your show and just talking about the game that we love, football. And I want to thank everybody in the comments, giving collaboration with us. This is for you guys, really. We want to talk about football, the game that we all love, and I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I gotta sleep. I gotta wake up in 6 hours to go to work. So this is gonna be Monday morning is gonna be fantastic. So if you guys want to come check me out, Michael Talks Football, like Dom said, it's in the description. You guys can come follow me on my Europa League journey, Champions League journey. Gonna be talking about all those sort of stuff. World Cup qualifications, talk about Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A. Don't really care so much for the La Liga this year or Ligue 1 because La Liga is pretty much done. Sorry, everybody in the La Liga fans, but thank you so much for having me on. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Have a safe day. Stay safe, everybody, please, during these times. And peace out, everybody.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
We'll see you on here again pretty soon, man. All right. So peace. That was Michael from Michael Talks Football. He did a great job today, man. Guys, I'm trying to have guests on for you know what? Every time I have a collaborator on or a guest, I forgot to take my headphones off, but it feels good. It feels good not to have the headphones on right now. But how's everybody feeling? What another great week of Premier League football, week 2. We have one more game coming up tomorrow, Leicester versus West Ham. I'm thinking about doing a watch along. I'm not sure. I might just chill, watch the game, and come and do a little reaction video afterwards, little 10-minute thing. But I'm not sure yet. I want to take as much breaks as possible from this thing. But as Rachel is saying here, excuse me, and Saka is totally wasted at Arsenal. I feel bad for these youngsters, man. I feel bad for Saka. I feel bad for Smith Rowe. I think it was Aston Villa was in for Smith Rowe. He should have left. He should have just said, hey, man, thank you very much. I'm out of here. Thanks for the offer. I'm going to take you up on your offer. I'm out of here. But what he did, he signed a new contract at Arsenal. I don't think he did the right thing. Really don't think he did the right thing. So, guys, what we're going to do right now, we're going to check out and see what's happening in the other leagues. Let's check out the Serie A because I did see we had Serie A games. We're going to check those out. And we're going to check out a few leagues and then we're going to call it a day. So, let's just check out what happened in Serie A match day 1. So, we have Empoli 1, Lazio 3. I'm not going to really get into too much scorers and stuff like that, but Immobile, Lazzari, Milinkovic-Savic on the score sheet for Lazio. Bandinelli with the only goal, opening goal, as a matter of fact, for Empoli. I think Empoli might. I haven't been following the Serie A that closely, but I know they're a type of yo-yo club. You know, they get relegated, they come back up, they go down, they come back up. But good start to the season for Lazio. And remember, we gotta show Italy some love, man. They are European champions. You can't say, we're not watching the Serie A, we're not paying attention to what's going on there. We better pay attention because they're the kings of Europe. Next game, Torino 1, Atalanta 2. Last minute settings here. Piccoli with the goal in the 93rd minute after Luis Muriel opened the scoring, but Andrea Bellotti equalized in the 79th minute. So Atalanta doing the business. We know how much of a quality team they are. They're back in the Champions League again. Very, very consistent side. And they start off with a win. Let me take a look at the Atalanta lineup to see who's actually playing for Atalanta these days. Muriel, Malinowski, Ilicic. The same set of players, man. Mela, Pasalic, Pessina, they sell players on like they sold Romero. Well, they moved Romero on to Tottenham and they brought in Mary Demiral. But the team is pretty much the same setup. But Musso is in goal. Golini moved on to Tottenham as well. The team's looking good. Look at the bench. Miranchuk. You have Petzela, Sam Lamers. They've always been doing some good signings and they have a big loan army. Guys, if you do not know, now you know. Atalanta, I think, has the biggest loan army for any club. One time they had over 50 players out on loan. I kid you not. Bigger loan army than Chelsea. So big up to Steve Tids, Manchester, England watching. Big up to Robert Robinson, Lengen Sweet, Nader, Abdel Noor. Big up to Mr. Cummings here. Everybody in here, man. Big up to y'all who are still in here. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button if you haven't yet done so. We're just taking a look at the other leagues. Something I actually want to do. And I know there's people who are interested in seeing what's going on in the other leagues right about now. So, whoa! I didn't know that's how this game ended. Udinese 2, Juventus 2. Dybala, 3rd minute. Quadrado with the 23rd minute goal. Roberto Pereira, formerly of Watford. Remember, Watford and Udinese are under the same umbrella. He scored in the 51st minute. And Gerard Deulofeu, a former Watford man as well. They're all owned by the Puzzo family. Scored in the 83rd minute. Big up to the boy, Gerard Deulofeu. Jeez, man. What? Watford, I think he moved. He played at Everton too, right? If I'm not mistaken. I can't even remember his path. Went back to Barcelona. Now he's in Italy. So, big up to the boy, Gerard Deulofeu. But Juventus, man, not a good start. I heard Ronaldo came off the bench and scored. Picked up a yellow card for taking his shirt off. And the goal was actually ruled out. So, bad start, Juventus. Ain't looking good. Ain't looking like you're going to reclaim the Serie A title at all. We're going to move on. Bologna 3. Salernitana 2. Not really going to get into the goal scorers. We're going to move right on to the next fixtures. Roma 3. Mourinho starting off with a bang. Fiorentina 1. I think, who's managing Fiorentina these days, man? Since that guy moved on. Oh, Italiano. I don't know this guy like that. So Mourinho, big up to Jose Mourinho, man. In terms of goal scorers, Henrik Mkhitaryan. But wait. The goalkeeper, Jogowski, got a red card in the 17th minute. That's a big setback. Then Mkhitaryan scored in the 26th minute. Jordan Veretout. Well, there was an equalizer by Nikola Milinkovic in the 60th. But Jordan Veretout with a brace in the 64th and 79th, but not before. Nicolo Zaniolo got sent off. And we know he's been out for so long with an injury. Big up to the boy Tammy Abraham as well, starting. Big up to, listen, Zaniolo picked up 2 yellow cards there, but Lorenzo Pellegrini fit again. Mourinho got a nice little team here, man. He got a nice little team. Mkhitaryan doing the business. Even for Armenia, they're doing well. They're doing Gianluca Mancini. They got a nice Rui Patricio in goal. They got a nice little team here. Carlos Perez, former Barcelona man. Eldar Shumarodov, new man brought in, big money signing. They got some good players. Got Stefan Al-Sharari. Got some decent players over there. You know what I mean? Big up to Doug, man. Big up to Doug. Yeah, Doug, when I'm done, I have to actually touch on that. I'm going to make a video for more Dominic Rich on what's happened there. And thanks for someone did come in and drop that. Let me see. Let me go back to that comment. I don't know if he's still in here, but let me go back to the comment. Coles, who says, Dom, you see the Nice versus Marseille game today called off after fans threw bottles onto the pitch. Dimitri Payet threw a bottle back into the crowd and the crowd swarmed the pitch. Madness. That's definitely madness. Messi's probably saying like, oh my God, this is what I got myself into. This is absolutely ridiculous, man. I am going to react to that, though. I am going to check that out, react to it, and put it over on my second channel. Well, my 4th channel, Dominic Rich FC. I do have a gaming channel and a reaction channel called Domination that I work on from time to time, but this is the main thing. Guys, if you haven't yet, smash the thumbs up button. Make sure you do so. We need 28 more thumbs up to get to 100 likes. I'm pretty sure there's a few of y'all in here who haven't yet liked the video. Come on, smash it. Let's continue with the Serie A, man. We're checking out these leagues. We're checking them out. Well done, Mourinho. Big win. Napoli beat Venezia 2-0 on their Serie A debut. I don't know if they were in the Serie A before, but they're a new team, so let's just say it's a Serie A. Their first game in the Serie A this season. Let's just say that. Don't want to assume things that I'm not 100% sure about. But Napoli with the goal, penalty by Lorenzo Insigne and Ilif Elmas in the 72nd minute. Victor Osimhen got a red card in the 23rd minute. Hard luck to the Nigerian man for getting sent off there. So we got more games. Let's just touch on these games. Oh, that's it. Cagliari play Spezia tomorrow and Sampdoria play AC Milan tomorrow as well. 2:45 p.m. Guys, I'm telling you, I'll be doing watch-alongs in the future. Italian league, Spanish league, any league. I shouldn't let you guys know my plans though, but I should let you know my plans. I want to make it happen. So let me see if there's any big games coming up in match day 2. Nah, not really. Not really. You know what I'm saying? And shout outs to Chievo Verona, man. I see Hellas Verona here. Chievo Verona does not exist anymore. And there's a video over on more Dominic Rich FC on that. Big up to Adam the Great, bro. Nice to see you in here. I haven't seen you in so long. He says, hello, everyone. Finally back. So happy that Chelsea versus Arsenal. Lukaku is fit. Will dominate the EPL. Sir Preet, man. Raj Garia, how are you guys? Appreciate you guys coming through. Angel Ann's in the house, man. Appreciate you coming through as well. Everybody in here. So let's just see what's going on in the Bundesliga this weekend. Let's see what's happening. Bundesliga. Let me just touch on that really quick. Match day 2. We got some games to talk about from today. Let's just take a look at what's going on here. RB Leipzig 4, Stuttgart 0. Dominic, my namesake, Szoboszlai with the brace. Emil Forsberg, Andre Silva, their new man. Bang, bang, after losing the opening game. Though I think they did lose. Jesse March with his first league win for Leipzig. Let me see. Yeah, Leipzig did lose to Mainz on match day 1. So big up to Jesse March, the American, for picking up his first win there. Wolfsburg 2, Hertha Berlin. Hurt 2-1. So Riddle Baku and Lucas Mecha. Big up to the boy Lucas Mecha, man. Brought in from Manchester City. And I use Lucas Mecha in a FIFA career mode, and he's a beast, man. I'm happy for him. He's a young German as well. He's home. But that was a come from behind victory after Dodi Luke Bacchio scored in the 60th minute. So good come from behind win for Wolfsburg. who will be in the Champions League this season. Bochum, newly promoted Bochum 2, Mainz after winning on match day 1-0. Bochum, let's see who scored these goals. Gerrit Holtman and Sebastian Polter. I know that guy. I heard that name before. Big win for Bochum. Could they survive? Let's see. Freiburg 2, Dortmund 1. That's a huge victory. Freiburg, they're a gritty team, man. When you have Roland Salai playing for you, you're a very gritty outfit, man. That's a Hungarian. Vincenzo Grifo, who's been playing in Bundesliga for a while. And they scored all the goals. Yannick Keitel scored in the 59th. They scored all the goals. Dortmund. Did Haaland even play? Did Haaland play? Haaland and Daniel Malen played. And they still couldn't win. God damn. Big up to Freiburg, man. Freiburg are like the Burnley of the Bundesliga. That's how I see Freiburg. And the Bundesliga guys, interestingly, are still using 5 substitutes, which is crazy. But yeah, big up Mike, man. Big up to Mike. He says, time to sleep. Thanks for having me on. Just watching the scenes from that Nice Marseille. Holy cow. Good night, everyone. And big up to Dom. Yeah, man. We going to get to that. We definitely going to get to that. Look for that on the other channel if it clears the copyright and everything. I think it will. So we have Angel Ann said, Furt will get relegated. Mark my words. Let's see. I'll remember that. So Ilyas Abdi saying, big up yourself. Keep up the content. Tuning in from Djibouti. Whoa. That is huge, man. That is huge. One thing I always wanted for the channel was for the channel to be worldwide. And we are worldwide. Djibouti, you know. There's so many people who don't even know that there's a country called Djibouti. So many people. That is huge. This is huge, man. So thank you very much for tuning in, man. Appreciate that. Shane Mousse, Conte might be the next Arsenal boss. Yeah, that's a possibility. Or maybe they should go in for Graham Potter. Who knows? Who knows? Frankfurt 0, Augsburg 0. Furt 1, Arminia 1. So Branimir Hergota, he plays for Furt now. Wow, I know that guy. Fabian Klos, 45th minute. Alexander Schoff got sent off in the 68th minute. He sounds like an Austrian player. But we're going to move on. Leverkusen 4, Borussia Mönchengladbach 0. And I even found out that Stefan Leiner and who else? Marcus Thuram injured. Marcus Thuram, a bad injury, so he will be out for a while. So Jan Sommer, own goal. Patrick Schick, 8th minute. Moussa Diaby and Nadiem Ameri with the goals. Brilliant stuff by Leverkusen without Leon Bailey. Hoffenheim 2, Union Berlin. Union Berlin are doing very well, man. Big up to Union Berlin. So in this game, Nico Geiselman scored in the 10th minute. Kevin Okpoguma in the 14th. Jacob Braun Larson in the 30th. And big Liverpool, former Liverpool man, sold to Union Berlin. Taiwo Owani. That's why they bought him. Scored in the equalizer in the 47th minute. Marvin Friedrich got sent off in the 4th minute of extra time. Both teams share the point. And last but not least, today we had a game. I didn't even know this game played today. Oh, man, I was busy watching the Premier League, man. The Prem de la Prem, the Creme de la Creme. Bayern Munich 3, Cologne 2. So, second half scenes here. Robert Lewandowski in the 50th. Gnabry in the 58th, and then bang, bang, Modeste and Mark Uth equalizer, and then Gnabry in the 71st minute to give Bayern Munich all 3 points. You can see Serge Gnabry sporting his elegant cornrows there. So, lovely stuff. So, that'll do it for the Bundesliga. Let's just take a look at what the table looks like. Let me see if there's any big fixtures coming up. Dortmund, Hoffenheim, that's a big one. Wolfsburg, Leipzig, that'll be a good one. So the table after 2 match days, Wolfsburg on top with 6 points. Awesome stuff. Hoffenheim, Leverkusen, Bayern, and Freiburg all with 4 points. Well, 2nd to 5th. So that's what's going on in terms of stats. Anthony Modeste with 2 goals. Szoboszlai with 2. Haaland with 2. Florian Kainz, Jacob Braun Larson, Mark Oliver Kempf, Moussa Diaby. All these guys started the league on fire. Even Owani and Robert Lewandowski got goals. Andre Kramaric bragging 4 assists so far this season, and Borna Sosa with 3. So the Croatians are leading the charge here in terms of the assists, though. So book to all my Croatian peeps watching this one right about now. So big up. Adam is saying Dom equal Mr. Worldwide. That's what I'm talking about. Mr. Ibrahim, big up Richie, straight from Sierra Leone. Guys, let me know where you're tuning in from right now and you get a shout out. Let me know where you're tuning in from, man. God damn, this is awesome. This is awesome. So what we're going to do, we're going to move on. We got, let's touch on, that's my boy Liam outside making noise. Liam is saying, Daddy, please come out, man. Let me see. Ligue 1, we have the Serie A. What else we got to touch on? Ligue 1. Let me see what happened in Ligue 1. Let me see. We're not going to go too crazy. What other league? There's La Liga. I almost forgot La Liga, though. Almost forgot La Liga. So this game is suspended. Don't know if it will continue, but Nice 1, Marseille 0. And it's now three match days up, 3 match days done. But this game, I have to make a video reacting to the scenes of what happened. I don't know what happened. I haven't seen it. But we go back here. I haven't even seen any goals, though. What happened? Did they give a 1-0 win to Nice? Did they? I don't know. I really don't know what happened. Really don't know what happened. Why are you here? Come here. Come here. What's here? What do you got on your eyes here? What you got here? Nice to see you. You want to say hi? No? You don't want to say hi? You don't want to say hi? No, leave that. Leave that alone. Now I'm going to put you out. Matter of fact, come. Go meet your mommy. Go meet your mommy. Go meet your mommy, okay? Daddy come soon. Go meet mommy. All right? All right. So, yeah, of course, the boy Liam always comes in here to say hi. You know what I mean? Appreciate that. Appreciate the love, Liam. Big up to the boy Zachary Leahy in the house. Philly Burbs just made myself a cheesesteak, man. You want to share? You want to share? Adam says Borna Sosa wanted to play for Germany, but he ain't going to play for them. He's coming back with us Croatian here. Yeah, he I don't know if he's actually good enough to play for Germany, though. No disrespect to Borna, but yeah. Rennes 1, Nantes 0. Martin Terrier with the goal. We're going to move right on. Metz 1, Reims 1. Mr. Munetsi, 7th minute, and Habib Maiga in the 14th minute with the goals, 1-1. Strasbourg 1, Troyes 1. We had a Tuzga, 19th minute, Adrian Thomason in the 77th minute. Then what else we have here? Bordeaux. What the hell is going on here? Bordeaux 1, Angers 1. Sekumara with the goal. He got some potential. And Romain Thomas in the 38th minute, 1. So it's 1-1. Montpellier 3, Lorient 0. 1, pardon me. So Dimitri Berthaud in the 21st minute. And then we had a goal by Mr. Teji Savanier, 50th minute. Steffi Mavid Didi, I know this guy. And Andy Delort in the 83rd. But there were like 2 red cards here for Lorient. 86th minute, Mr. Hubulang Mensch and Jerome Hergalt in the 92nd minute. So, wow, that's awful. So, Montpellier with the big 3 points here. Clermont Foot 3, Lyon 3. This Clermont Foot team is going to be a problem this season, man. They have not lost yet. Let's look at the table and you see exactly what I'm talking about. Look at the table down here. Clermont Foot are 4th after 3 matches, 7 points. These are big 7 points, you know. Because teams that usually get relegated, some of them end up getting only 20 points, 24 points, 30-something points. And that's 7. That is 7 points, man. You basically, that is basically like 1/5 of the job done, Clermont Foot. Good luck. All the best. All the best. When your club named Clermont Foot and it's football, destined for great things. They're newly promoted team as well. So, Moussa Dembele. Wait. Whoa, Moussa Dembele went back to Lyon. Oh man, I didn't even know that. Remember he was at Atletico Madrid. Oh man, he went back to Lyon. That's crazy. He scored in the 5th minute, but then Sinali Diomande in the 12th scored an own goal, and then Moussa Dembele again in the 21st minute, and Lucas Paqueta, the Brazilian, in the 45th minute. So they were actually 3-1 up. And Mr. Elbasan Rashini, remember the names. That's why I'm reading out the goal scorers. 80th and 91st minute with the equalizer. Bang, bang. Give me the point. Let us move on. Poor by Leon. Poor game management. A lot of draws though. Saint-Etienne 1, Lille 1. This has not been a good start to their title defense by Lille. Burak Yilmaz in the 38th minute. Saidou Sow equalizing the 85th. Look at the league table right now. Lille. Let's go down to the bottom of the table. I know where to find them. 3 matches, 2 points. Not good. The manager moved on to Nice. And, man, maybe that's why there was a war in that Nice game. Wasn't very nice. It looks like if Nice was given the game, it says 1-0 to Nice here. So maybe Nice was given that suspended game. Maybe it's the Marseille fans that caused the uproar. I don't know. We're going to look into that some more. Monaco 0, Lens 2. Big up to Lens. Promoted last season and they're doing the damn business. Alexander Golovin even got sent off here. And Czech Ducore got sent off as well. But this didn't happen before Ignatius Ganago scored in the 51st minute. And then Simon Banza in the 94th minute. Big win for Lens. We have one more game. Brest 2, PSG 4. Listen, man, you ain't got to do Brest like that. You ain't got to do them like that. You got to respect the Brest, man. Come on. You could do better than that. Ander Herrera, 23rd minute. I think we talked about this game before. This game looked familiar. Kylian Mbappe in the 36th. And then Frank Honorat scored in the 42nd minute. Idris again in the 73rd. I heard that was a great goal. Steve Mounier in the 85th and Angel Di Maria in the 90th minute. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So that's it for League 1. Let's see the table and then we're going to move right on. Let's see the table. We got to touch on La Liga first before we actually do anything else. Guys, don't forget to like the video. Let's get the stream to 100 likes. We need 23 more likes. I'm pretty sure there's 23 people in here who have not liked the video. PSG, the usual suspects on top of the table with 9 points. Angers second with 7. Let's see how long they stay up there. Nice third with 7. I don't know if that game was given to them, but we will find out more. Clermont 4 at the summit up there as well with 7 points. Down in the relegation zone, Strasbourg, Monaco, and Troyes. Not a very good start. Don't start sacking anybody. It's too early. It's way too early. Look at the stats. Dimitri Payet with 3 goals. Kasper Dolberg with 3 goals. And they both play for Nice and Marseille. So, man, they could have both got about 4 goals right now if that match wasn't cancelled. But what are you guys saying in the chat, man? Big up to everybody in here. Martin Kolev, man. Haven't seen you in a goddamn long time. How are you feeling? Jersey boy. Sorry, Dom. Haven't been in the chat. I'm pretty sick. Sorry to hear, bro. I hope you get better. Take some medicine, all right? Take some medicine and get better soon. Big up to Ivan Yu. It counts as a Marseille loss. I don't even know. It seems so. It seems like it. So, Dom, Nice won the game because Olympique Marseille didn't come back onto the pitch. Marseille forfeit. Okay, Nice, that's why Nice won the game. But why is it? Let me see. Oh, yeah, 1-0. 1-0. So, Marseille forfeit the game. Okay, I see. Very controversial game, I must say. And we're going to move over to La Liga. So if there's any La Liga fans in here, guys, we're going to just touch on La Liga, see what's going on in La Liga. And maybe we'll take a look at the championship table and see what's going on in those parts. So where are we at in La Liga right now? Match day 2, all right? We're not going to review match day 1. We're just going to go through match day 2. If you want to review match day 1, go and Google it. So Betis 1, Cadiz 1. 1 me. And Alvaro Negredo with the goals. Negredo, former Manchester City man. 1 point apiece. Mallorca, 1. Alaves, 0. Frere Nino in the 80th minute. Ruben Duarte got sent off. So maybe that helped Mallorca. That man advantage. Granada, 1. Valencia, 1. Carlos Soler on the goals freaking score sheet again. Luis Suarez. This is Luis Suarez. This is the other Luis Suarez. Scored in the 16th minute. And Carlos Soler penalty again in the 88th minute. Espanyol 0. Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine who beat Manchester United in the Europa League final 0. Athletic Club 1. Barcelona 1. Eric Garcia sent off. Memphis Depay and Inigo Martinez with the goals. Even Inigo Martinez was linked to the move to Man City as well. So, Garcia, bro, you a hero. I don't like you like that, but if it wasn't for your red card, Barcelona would have lost that game. Loss, past tense. Real Sociedad 1, Rayo Vallecano 0. Mikel Oyarzabal, I gotta say the names like that, 68-minute penalty. Is David Silva still playing? Yeah. Big up to the boy David Silva, man. Just want to say that. Just want to just take time out from what I'm doing to say big up to David Silva. You're a legend. And I think a David Silva statue is going to be unveiled at Man City, I think a Silva and company statue, I think I read. Atletico Madrid 1, Elche 0. Big up to the holders, Atletico Madrid. And if you look at the league table, they are 2-2. They're doing the business. Angel Correa scoring once again. Listen, you just got to love Atletico Madrid. Now that Messi is no longer at Barcelona, not like Messi was a problem to them last season, but we could see Atletico Madrid dominate La Liga for some seasons. That would be lovely. Over Real Madrid. Time for a little shift of power, man. Levante 3. And talk about Real Madrid. Real Madrid 3. This is awful. This is absolutely awful. Levante, they've been decent recently, but Gareth Bale in the 5th minute and Vinny Jr. We were talking about Vinny Jr. not scoring enough. He bagged the brace, 73rd and 85th minute. Roger Marti in the 46th. Jose Campagna in the 57th. And Robert Pierre in the 79th. Aitor Fernandez got sent off in the 87th minute. Still managed to pick up a point against Real Madrid. So big up to Levante. Games coming up tomorrow, Getafe versus Sevilla and Osasuna versus Celta de Vigo. Any big games coming up on match week 3 here? Real Madrid versus Betis. Got Barcelona versus Getafe. Villarreal, Europa League holders versus the league holders. Atletico Madrid will be big as well. Take a look at the league standings. Atletico Madrid up top. Real Madrid 2nd. Barcelona 3rd. Usual suspects. But Mallorca doing well with 4th place, but still too early. Valencia and Sevilla just there about Sociedad, Levante. Let's just take a look at the bottom. Vallecano, Alaves, and Getafe at the bottom there. Celta Vigo all without a point. Still very early. No need to press the panic button. You'll be all right. Big up to AD who says Levante plays well against top teams in La Liga. And AD is a La Liga merchant. Big time. Guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. 21 likes away from 200. Not 200. 100. We haven't even hit 100 yet and I'm saying 200. So, yeah, man. What other leagues would you guys want me to check out, though? I actually want to check out. I'm asking you. I'm just going to check out what happened in the freaking Conference League. First leg of the Conference League. Let's just take a look at that. First leg of the Conference League playoffs, where all teams have to go through playoffs, it seems, before they get into the group. That's what it is. You see the draws. The draw will happen. And Monday, August 2nd. Bam, bam, bam. Draw for the playoffs. And there'll be another draw, I think, coming up this Friday as well. So, yeah, that's what's going on. That is what's going on here. August 26th, there'll be a draw. So the ties take place in 19th and 26th of August with extra time and the penalty shootout if required after the second leg. The 22 winners advance to the Europa Conference League draw. So there'll be 22 winners. How many teams are in the Europa Conference League though? Look. Why am I here? Oh, what is this? Oh, you know what, guys? I'm tripping out, man. I'm hearing something talking, and I'm just realizing it's probably one of these pages that I have open, and I'm like, God damn, am I tripping out here? But for the Conference League, guys, to be honest, I don't even know what's going on, man. Let's find out what's going on in the damn Conference League, man. Seriously. The Europa Conference League explained. Let's take a look at that. Let's find out. If you're in here and you don't know, like me, because we didn't pay no attention to the damn thing. We really didn't. There will be a 3rd season long UEFA Men's 3rd season-long UEFA Men's Club competition for the first time in more than 20 years next season. With the UEFA Europa Conference League begins, we explain who will be involved and when the games will be played. Who enters the Europa Conference League? In all, 184 teams will be involved over the course of the season, including at least one from each of the 55 associations and 46 clubs transferring from either the UEFA Champions League or the UEFA Europa League. Really? Okay. So, before the group stage, there will be 3 qualifying rounds and a playoff round, split into a main path and a championship path for those transferring from the UEFA Champions League and UEFA Europa League Champions path. Basically, the playoffs. Teams that didn't make it in the playoffs of those competitions come down, basically. The access list explains which teams, including some National Cup winners, enter from which associations and in which rounds, as well as how clubs transfer from the other competition. This is the access list. We're not really going to get into that. That's very, very difficult to do right now. No teams qualify directly for the group stage, with the 32 teams consisting of 17 teams from the UEFA Europa League Conference League. This is a lot. UEFA Europa League, UEFA Europa Conference League main path, 5 teams from the UEFA Europa Conference League Champions path, and 10 teams eliminated in the UEFA Europa League playoffs. That's what happens. How will it work? So it's 32 teams, right? We got that straight. There will be 8 groups of 4 teams followed by a knockout round playoffs. The round of 16. Damn, this is complicated though. There will be 8 groups of 4 teams, right? 8 groups of 4 teams, followed by knockout round playoffs. Then the round of 16, then the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the final. This is a lot. The 8 group winners will automatically go through to the last 16. Additional knockout round playoffs will then be played before the round of 16 between the 8 group runners-up and the third ranked teams from the UEFA Europa League groups. So if you come in third in the Europa League, you're not out. You go down to the Europa Conference League and to see if you could go on to win that. Wow, the first final will be in Tirana. The 21,690 capacity National Arena Combitari will stage the first final on the 25th of May 2022 as announced by UEFA Executive Committee on December 3rd, 2020. The stadium opened in November 2019 with a European qualifier between Albania and France. It was built, I guess this is Albania, guys. It was built with the help of UEFA's Hat-Trick Assistance Program on the site of the former Quimal Stafa Stadium in the center of the Albanian capital. All right, that's it for that. I don't want to bore you guys anymore, but I know you guys have learned a lot there. I have learned a lot, and I know you have learned a lot too. The draw will be on the 27th of August. I think that's this Friday, and I will try to come and do something about the draw as well. So let's just go back here and look at the freaking playoff and see who's winning and who's not. We know one thing for sure, man. Tottenham lost. That's one thing we know for sure. Tottenham lost. Let's just go through here. Maccabi Tel Aviv 2, Shakhtar of Kazakhstan 1. Rako from Poland 1. Genk to call you Genk 0. Union Berlin 4. Union Berlin of Germany doing the business. Kups of Finland 0. Big up to Michael from Finland. Karabakh of Azerbaijan 1. Aberdeen of Scotland 0. Sorry, dog. Aberdeen. The playoffs continue. Flora of Estonia 4. Shamrock Rovers of Ireland. Oh, man. 2. Horrible. Beersheva of Israel 0. Anorthosis of Cyprus 0. That one is hot. Still hot. LASK Lask of Austria 1. St. Johnstone of Scotland 1. Victoria Pelzin of Czech Republic 2. Cska Sofia of Bulgaria 0. River of Latvia 1. Lincoln Imps of Gibraltar 1. Neft Z of Azerbaijan 3. Maccabi Haifa of Israel 3. Zalgiris of Lithuania 2. Bodo Glimt of Norway 2. This is awesome, man. Roma 2. Mourinho doing the business. Trabzonspor 1. Basel 3. Hammarby of Sweden 1. Fulham of Luxembourg 1. Kairat 4 of Kazakhstan. Jablonec Czech Republic 5. Zelina of Slovakia 1. That must have been a good game. It's a freaking derby there. Czechoslovakian derby. Sivasspor of Turkey 1. Copenhagen of Denmark 2. Feyenoord of the Dutch, the Netherlands 5. Elfsborg of Sweden 0. Sorry, Sebastian. I know you're not an Elfsborg fan, but still. I think you said you wanted Elfsborg to lose. PAOK of Greece 1. Rijeka of Croatia 1. Big up to Rijeka. Anderlecht of Belgium 3. Vitesse of Netherlands 3. Good game. Good game. Game on, guys. No away goals. No away goals. So it could go down to the penalties. Rennes 2. Rosenborg 0. Rennes of France. Rosenborg of Norway. Pacos Ferreira of Portugal 1. Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham, the Premier League disgrace 0. Sorry, I'm just joking, man. Come on, it's banter. Take it easy, Tottenham fans. Don't crucify me. Santa Clara of Portugal 2. And Partizan Belgrade of Serbia 1. I like this because I like it because teams are getting opportunities in a European competition. And it will be fun to see some teams go down into the freaking Conference League as well after they come third in the Europa League. You see what I mean? So, yeah. So, look, what else do you guys want to see me talk about? If there's anything you guys want to see me touch on, we're 2 hours, 45 minutes in, still early, let me know. Let me know, man. Let me know. Are there Europa League playoffs right now? Let's just take a look at the Europa League and see if there's any playoffs to actually talk about and just touch. I think I touched on that the last time. I don't know if it's still the same. First leg, let me see. Yeah, let's touch on that. Let's touch on that. Let's touch on that. I think, yeah, let's touch on that. So, Crvena Zvezda 4, CFR Cluj of Romania 0. Well done. I think Zvezda through to the Europa League group stage right there. Easy. Celtic 2. AZ Alkmaar 0. Still alive. Still alive. Let's see how it works out. Slavia Praha of the Czech Republic 2. Legia Warsaw 2. Ammonia of Cyprus 4. Antwerp 2. I did talk about the matchups, but I did not talk about the results. So, yeah. Randers of Denmark 1. Galatasaray 1. Poor by Galatasaray. They should do better. Mura. What is that? Slovenia? Is that Slovenia? Whatever. 1. I don't even know what. Yeah, that's probably Slovenia. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Sturm Graz of Austria 3. Fenerbahce 1. Helsinki 0. Big up to Michael, man. Michael, I think Michael went to this game, or he's going to this game. Michael is going to the reverse leg of this game on Thursday, he told me. So, listen, if you want to rob Michael's house, you could know where he's at on Thursday. Just joking. Rangers 1. Alashkert of Armenia 0. Big up to Stevie G. Olympiacos 3. Slovan Bratislava 0. They threw. Rapid Vienna 3. Zoya Luhansk of Ukraine 0. They threw already. And that's what's going on there. I think we did check out the Champions League playoffs already, so we're not going to get into that one right now. Let me see if anybody said anything. Angel Land said to look at the Champions League playoffs, so we're going to look at the Champions League playoffs. Let's take a look at the Champions League playoffs. Guys, I have to schedule a live stream for the draw. I think the draw is this Thursday at 12 o'clock, so I might actually look at that. So this is the first leg, just to go over these again. Shakhtar Donetsk 1, Monaco 0, Sheriff of Moldova 3, Dinamo Zagreb 0. Sorry, Dinamo Zagreb, it'll be all right. Salzburg 2, Brøndby 1, and for the other games, Benfica 2, PSV 1, Malmo 2, Ludogorets 0, Young Boys 3, and Ferencváros 2. And that sets up the second leg coming up next week. Well, this week, Tuesday and Wednesday, very, very nicely. So that does it for the Champions League. So a lot of information, the Premier League matches, Bam, hit you with all the top 4 leagues, the Bundesliga, Syria, La Liga, Ligue 1, Conference League, Europa League, Champions League playoffs. Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. Boy, Dom doing the damn thing. So I think that's where we're gonna leave it today, guys. I think that's where we're gonna leave it. I was supposed to have my boy Steve McCullough come on. I don't know where he disappeared to. He probably left me a message and said things got busy or whatever. But it's all right, man. It is all right, Steve. You know, there'll always be another time. Let me actually see what Steve said to me. All right, yeah. Steve said something personal happened and he can't make it. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, guys, friend boy Dominic Rich, thanks again. Appreciate you coming through again. It has been a real one. Ivan, you is saying, Ivan, I couldn't believe how poor Monaco were when they lost against Shakhtar. I wonder what's going on in Monaco this season. Yeah, Monaco has not been the Monaco of the 2016-17 season. But guys, it has been real. We'll be back with the prediction show this week before the international break and the roundup on the weekend. And then it's non-stop football early September for the rest of September. It's going to be very, very hectic next 3 months with all the international football, World Cup qualifiers and things we have coming up. And let's try to enjoy the hell out of it. All right? So thanks again. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks to everybody who super chatted. Thanks to everybody who commented and dropped really good stuff in the comment section. So from your boy Dominic Rich, listen, I'm sad to leave you. I love you, but I gotta go. All right? So thanks for watching again. Until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.